You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sticks, and come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song to the break of dawn. Gonna run this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready for one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sets. And come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show.
What's up?
It is the PlayStation Collectors Podcast, Season 3, Episode... Is it 42? Is it 43? I don't know if it's 42 or 43. I thought it was 43, but the thumbnail says 42. So I don't know. We'll have to... whatever. It's Episode 40-something. Either way.
Roughly 43.
I'd say the season's a little long in the tooth either way, but it's been going good.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Longest season ever.
pretty much. That's been extended due to reasons. But anyway, man, I'm your host. I'm Joe Rad. How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. And there we go. And then joining us again, returning, is the one, the only Mr. Kleen. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, everyone. Glad to be back.
Oh, I guess I can't say. I shouldn't throw the Mr. part in there because that'd be confusing for people.
Yeah, that's
like
already
Mr.
a product.
Kleen.
That's already a trademark.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be cool though if Mr. Kleen was on the show too. Like I like cleaning floors and collecting games. Let's go. But yeah, man, welcome back. How you been?
Really good. Doing great.
Yeah, glad to see you. Digging the Guild Wars shirt. Very cool.
Oh, thank you. Big fan.
Are you? Yeah, played that a lot.
Oh yeah, Guild Wars 1's one of my favorites.
That's sick, dude. Yeah, we've talked about MMOs in the show. I have like a bittersweet relationship with them. I'm like, oh, I love them, but at the same time, I'm like afraid of them.
Yeah,
Pretty much like an ex-alcoholic. I'm like, well, they're really fun, but not for me, man. I can't do that.
I've talked about my RuneScape addiction on the show before. You don't have to tell me that. Yeah, it is.
Good. Yeah,
it's a scary thing to get into. Needless to say.
Yeah, video games have changed a lot over the years, from Mario Brothers hopping on mushrooms and stuff like that, for sure. Like I said, now it's weird. Like some video games, like I feel like what they are is they get like a bunch of scientists in a laboratory and they sit there for like months and they're like, how can we manipulate these poor suckers into playing this? Yeah, exactly. Just like lead them around by the nose and just make them do this and screw with their dopamine and keep them addicted and I don't know. It's like a totally different thing. So, but yeah, it is fun. So I mean, it's one of those things where like when you look at it through a certain lens, it's evil. But when you're like, well, it's a game and it's supposed to be like that. Like if you're somebody who wants a game that never ends, that has unlimited content, if you create, then that's good. Yeah. Like that, if that's what you want.
I think it only starts to get nefarious if you let it, impact other parts of your life, and that's a personal choice. If you're at a point in your life where you can't control yourself, like a drug or anything else, you're gonna ruin your life playing fucking MMOs. But
yeah, but see, you're talking about this thing called like self-responsibility.
Right.
That's just not very very popular these days. So we're just gonna brush on by that. But yeah, man, anything new and exciting? How you been? What's anything new since the last time you've been on the show?
Just still working night shift, doing good at the job.
Good.
Yeah. I got my brother hired at the job, so we're both working at the same place together. It's been fun.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Planning on... I see Figsy moving, and I'm dreading because I have to move at the end of this year. Me and my brother are going to get a place, and I don't have quite as many games as Figsy, but I have a lot, so Gonna be a fucking headache.
My honest advice is to start packing up soon.
Yeah,
Soon,
seriously.
get it going. You know what I mean?
I've started not even putting new games I get on the shelf, just like keeping them in a pile because there's no point of organizing it and getting everything on the shelf when I'm just gonna tear it all down.
Yeah, I know that is. So Fixie's not moving. What are you talking about? Fixie's traveling the globe. I don't know where you got your information wrong, sir.
Oh, my bad.
In fact, I don't know if you realize you've been watching lately. We have a little section on the show called "Where is Figsy?"
I actually didn't see this segment. No.
Yeah, so Figsy, he's not moving. What he's been doing, he's been traveling the globe, and he's
so he's taking the GeoGuessr obsession to a new level.
Exactly. So he's been playing GeoGuessr like 48 hours a day, and it's just not enough for him anymore. Like he decided he wants to hit the streets. He's like, the Google Maps, they're not up to date enough. And he wants like an edge for next season, so he wants the cutting edge. So he's trying to see the streets before they get updated on Google. You know what I mean? He's gonna have yeah. So he's been traveling all over the world, and each week he's been filling us in. So he's been all over. He's been to Spain, he's been to Mexico, he's been to France, he's been to Antarctica. He's been to Japan. He's been to Russia. He's been to Italy. He's been to Germany. UK was the last time I think we saw him. Oh no, last time he was at the Islanders game. But this time he's checking in. He's in Switzerland this time, so he's got some pictures.
Oh hell yeah!
There he is.
He's herding the cattle.
Yeah, he's looking kind of jacked. I like the beard, a little thick. Yeah. I don't know. He's been eating a lot of schnitzel or something. I don't know what the fuck they eat in Switzerland, but it looked like he's eating a lot of it. Yeah, and he's been having a good time up there. He's in with some goats. That's this traditional Switzerland outfit. There he is again. I don't know why he aged like 30, 40 years, but
yeah,
he's not skipping legs.
It's hard to keep track of which one's him.
No, that's easy to tell which one's him. I don't know, man. He's pretty good. And this one right here, I don't know. This was a little questionable. I don't know. I think Pavel might have some strange.
Come on,
I don't know about this one, buddy. Like this one's a little inappropriate. Anyway,
where did he even find the basis for that Photoshop? Come on, Pavel.
It was just in his Snapchat. Don't ask why. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, he's been traveling the globe. Should be back soon, guys. I know it's been tiresome listening to just me. I know it's just and I know you miss that sweet Aussie accent, eh? Like I'll try to fill in. I'll be like it's heaps of fun. That's what he says all the time. I always miss that. He says heaps of fun. I'm like, that's very Australian. I don't think I've heard anyone say that shit in America ever. The only other thing I like, I should talk about that. Anyway, but yeah, I'll be back in a few weeks. So looking forward to that, guys. Also, I did want to say thank you for the trade and doing the thing with the game. So Figsy had some games that I had purchased at his house in Australia, and Kleen had purchased a whole bunch of stuff from Figsy as well. So Figsy actually mailed my games to Kleen, and Kleen mailed the games to me. So that was very nice of you. I appreciate that, man. I got my Tekken right here.
Of course.
Safe and sound. That was my Australian cover. One of my only Australian games that I own.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, this cover is really dope for Tekken 7. They got it in Australia and they got it in Japan. So this is the only one with English that has the neato cover. And then they have a steelbook too, which has that cover as well. And that was the steelbook for like Xbox, PS4, or whatever. So you can get whatever if you're interested in that. So and I got SNK Heroines. So that was really cool too. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem. I actually have one pickup here that's Figsy's. I could show a remote pickup for him.
So yeah, basically, that's what I was going to get into. Is Kleen collects pretty heavily for the PS3, and for the majority of the show, he has quite a big stack of games. So we're going to kind of just show off some of his pickups, flex some of his stuff, show some neat stuff, and yeah, why don't I give you the floor, and we can get started. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So first, I want to say, I started an Instagram like a couple months ago where I've been posting my collection. It's Instagram /Kleen PS3. Kleen PS3. And I've been posting a ton of this stuff on there. So if you're like a PS3 enthusiast at all, definitely follow me. I post a ton of shit.
Cool.
Ton of rare shit. So
Yeah, I'll try to remember to put it in my in the comments on my channel. Bixie will
sure.
have to put it on his at this point, but
Where to begin?
seriously.
I guess I could start with these Russian slipcovers. Pavel actually just completely hooked me up. I gotta say thank you so much to Pavel. He was nice enough to just let me send him money, and then he was really hunting these himself, which is like the nicest thing somebody could do. Like taking their own time to hunt these for me. So yeah, I'm super appreciative. I've always wanted these Russian slips.
That's nicer than me. I tell people you can ship them to my house.
Yeah, exactly. That's
that's
all I ever expect of people, really.
I don't go like
Even that is
game
nice.
hunting as much,
Yeah.
and then I get anxiety about the condition, especially when it comes to used games. Like if you want new sealed games, then whatever, I'll just tell you how much they cost.
Yeah.
But if it's like a used game, I'm like, I don't know, is this nice enough for you? Would you take this for this
Right.
price? You know, so it's different.
It's hard to judge for somebody else, yeah. So there's 6 of these that I got.
All right. So
This is Wanted.
Russian exclusive.
Yeah, so all 6 of these are slipcovers that only came out in Russia. Yeah.
Sick. So that's Wanted.
Yeah, this is Wanted Weapons of Fate.
Okay, so it's not based on the movie. This is just something else.
I actually
Because
don't
there's
know
a
much
movie
about this
called
game.
Wanted. It can't be based on the movie. There's no freaking guys with cool helmets like that in that movie.
No,
It
I don't
almost
think
looks
so.
like Killzone
I think
or
this is just like a kind of shitty first-person shooter.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Black Flag slipcover.
It's sick, dude.
This didn't get a slipcover outside of Russia. Black Flag, even though there's like a ton of Assassin's Creed slipcovers for the PS3, like dozens. Sonic Generation slipcover.
It's sick, dude.
Show the back too, I guess.
Really nice condition on all these.
This one I think is probably the rarest of the bunch, which is the Tron one. Yeah, I was so happy with the condition with a lot of these. There's one or two
Yeah,
that are
nice.
a little hit, but I cannot complain.
Well,
This one is
cardboard
like-
sleeves. It's
Yeah.
tough, man.
This one is a little like, it's like the type of slipcover design where it doesn't cover the whole game, you know, it's like shorter.
You ever played that game? I'm curious how it is.
No.
So I actually, I don't care if people don't like that movie. I actually really like Tron Legacy.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
saw
thought
it a long ass time ago. I don't remember hating it.
So the thing about the opening sequence is stupid as hell, where like it's like the rich kid like breaks into his own building, and then skydives off of his own building to like piss off the CEOs during a meeting or some shit like that. It's just like so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just like dumb.
Like out there.
It's pointless. It's just like no one would do this. Why would anyone do this? Like none of this makes sense. Like there are other ways to go about this. You could just be a pain in the ass. You could just go into like, you know, unplug their router or some shit. You don't need to do this. It's dumb. But like once you kind of get past the ridiculousness of the opening scene, I enjoy the film. I think it's very well made. I think it's visually very appealing.
Yeah.
And I just like, you know, it's got the dude. The dude
Right.
abides. What else do you want? I mean, and I'm actually excited because I've heard they are finally making a sequel, supposedly.
really?
So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's pretty good. And I'm always so surprised that like I feel like Tron should definitely have an awesome video game. I mean, what the hell? Like, it's like the whole like concept of it is based on a game. So
I really like the Tron parts of Kingdom Hearts, if you have ever played those levels.
oh,
I don't remember if it's in like 2 or 2.5 or what the hell game it's in, but there's some pretty cool Tron stuff in Kingdom Hearts.
No, I haven't. So that's interesting. I never even thought about that. It is a Disney property. So yeah, I mean that would make sense. And that there has been Tron games that are all right. Like I remember there was actually I think there's an old Atari game that was actually pretty dope. Race around and try to like it was like Snake. You gotta make each other.
Oh
run
yeah,
through
no,
those
I
lines.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was like what the game was, but
Yeah.
that's what it was in the movie. I think so. I don't know. Anyway, I like Tron. That's the moral of the story.
This one's nice and shiny, kind of hard to get on camera, but
Nice.
I hope my lighting is okay. Kind of dark.
Yeah. No, it looks alright.
But
Yeah,
this one
everybody-
is snazzy.
Everybody gives that game hate. I've never played it, but I like any Aliens game, so. Oh yeah, Speed Killer said Wanted was a third-person shooter.
Mm. Yeah, I gotta look up gameplay of that. I don't.
Tron
Something
2's on
there.
Steam.
And then this one is just like not really like a standard slipcover. It's more like a specific store in Russia got this. I don't know if something on the bottom like indicates where it's from. Maybe this is the store or something. But yeah, this is kind of just like an obscure one. It's the only Disney. This is Disney Universe. It's like the only Disney Universe slipcover that I know of. So
Yeah, I've
kind of
never
an
seen that.
cool oddity.
That's really cool. Yeah, and I Disney stuff and Lego stuff's pretty collectible. People really like that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like did you see the episode we had Hot Dogs for Disney was on?
I did see part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just like a huge Disney fan, and so like he just like, I'm gonna collect all the Disney games, and so like it's like I feel like we've talked about this before, like certain things that have cross collectability are very
Definitely.
popular.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of just like general Disney collectors, like they collect the statues and all types of shit.
Correct. Did you
So,
see
yeah.
the Zelda Lego tree thing they were announced?
Zelda
Ah.
Lego?
Yeah, there's a Zelda Lego set coming out. It's like the tree of Kukuruku. I don't know whatever the hell it is. It's like some tree thing. It's like $300.
Oh,
And
Deku Tree, I see that.
Yeah, it's so it's expensive. It's $300, and people are
Yeah.
like, wow. But like, I just feel like that thing's gonna be sold out everywhere, and like
Yeah.
it's like $1,000 in 5 years.
That's the type of thing where if you buy it, it's like
Mm.
just like a really good investment, even if you don't open it. A lot of Lego is, but
Yep. And
especially that.
because it's a video game themed Lego set, which those have always done well. Like whether it was
Yeah.
the Nintendo TV or whatever, at least they just always do well. It's Zelda, which that just raises us to another level because like I said, I feel like people who are like, there are Zelda fanatics out there that buy
yeah.
everything that has Zelda on it. They have Zelda toilet paper, man. They got everything. Like,
There's a lot of Triforce tattoo havers.
correct.
If you know what I mean.
Correct. Yes. And then Zelda collecting isn't even just like the games. It's like, I'm telling you, people have the swords and the shields and the outfits and the lights and the thing. There's so much swag for Zelda. So I just feel like that's going to be huge. And then Lego people, again, have their own set of collectors who like want all that stuff. So I just feel like that thing is just,
Yeah.
yeah. I still
That's
ain't
why I
buying
tried
it.
to get all the Lego PS3 stuff. I don't have all of it, but that's the same idea I had is cross collectability.
Yeah, Figsy pointed that out to me like a long time ago. He's like, yeah, some of these PS3 games have like a Lego dude in it, and it's like the only way to get it. So hardcore Lego people will buy these like crazy, and they just want the damn Lego guy. They don't even care about the game. So
Yeah. It's annoying for me because I honestly just there's a couple where I just want the box. And I'll just get it without the figure, but it's become really rare because people just bought it and then like resold the figure and threw the box out or whatever, whatever have you.
yeah, that stuff's fascinating to me.
I
But
can't
it's
find
cool
there's a Lego Hobbit one that I can't find right now. The Lego Marvel Avengers one for PS3 is like $200 plus.
Jeez,
Ridiculous.
man.
Yeah.
That's wild. And let me tell you, like 5-6 years ago, if you told me that the Lego games would be selling for that, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
No way, bro. It's like kids games. Just, it's funny. Like, I'm so wrong about certain things. So anytime I make predictions on this show, just remember, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Speaking of prices, I actually have something kind of related to pricing. Is this
Lego Horizon
slipcover?
Adventures.
If you have this slipcover and you don't care about it, I would like to know. I could do more research and find out better. But I, for a long time, remember this being just piss common $10 slipcover. And I swear, I don't know when it happened, but if you go on eBay right now and look for the slipcover, it's always they're all $100 plus, like with the slipcover.
Oh, that's because
I don't.
the TV show.
Yeah,
bet.
I don't know if it happened with the show and people scalped
Yep.
it at that time. I think that's what happened. But
I mean, I can't say for certain, but I know across the board, all Fallout games have risen since the show has come
Okay.
out, and they've said that it's interesting. That always happens, like when people get reinterested in franchises. The
Right.
show has done that. They've also said similarly, but you know how there's a new Assassin's Creed coming out,
Yeah.
the Japanese one or whatever. They said that like it's since the announcement of that game, it's boosted the sales of other Assassin's Creed games. Like all of a sudden, like
Yeah, it
everybody said-
reignites everyone's interest in it.
yeah, and it's funny to me because like I've seen tons of people on Twitter and stuff being like, "I'm playing Fallout for the first time. This game's pretty good."
Yeah, it's just
Like,
it is
that's
interesting to me though because I don't think this is a rare slipcover. There's a lot of them. Like I've seen a
Game
ton
of
of
the
these.
Year edition.
And then
pretty
there's also a Fallout New Vegas slipcover that has not risen in price at all. It's $15-20. I don't know if it's purely this is much older. If it's just like it could just caught on that it was going up on eBay and just people just kept raising the price, whatever it was. But if you have this and you don't care, it's worth a good amount now. With the it has actually a fold out I can show. It's a very nice slipcover. I like it.
So I personally, I haven't played Fallout 4, but New Vegas and 3 are like the best ones. So when I've been told, everyone says those are the ones that are the best. Everyone says New Vegas is the best. But,
Yeah, I haven't played too much.
I just
My
remember
brother's really into
my
Fallout.
my one of my best friends. He's always into like modding the games and making mods and stuff. And I remember he was playing that game, and he literally had a harem of waifus that would follow him around.
Modded
So
waifus.
he had like 13 anime babes, all with different weapons that just followed him around, and like he wouldn't even play. He'd just be like, "Yeah, they just take care of stuff." I'm like, what the hell is this? What kind of weird game are you playing here?
That guy sounds like a menace.
No, man. He's a man of culture. He knows what he likes, and I'm thankful for his friendship because he was like my friend who was really into anime. And he was one of like I feel like everybody should have a friend who's into anime so that they can watch all of it and just filter it out and give you the best of the best. So that's what he did for me.
I know what you mean, yeah.
So I don't have time to watch the 50 billion trillion things that are out there. I just be like, yo, give me the cream of the crop. He's like, here's Berserk. I'm like, thank you. This was good. You know what I mean? Like he's like, here's the best stuff. You could watch that. So my anime, like I don't know a lot about it, but I've seen a lot of like the real good stuff because of him. So I am very grateful for that. That's really nice to have friends like that. It's like I'm into metal, so I was kind of like that for my friends. Like when I met all my friends, they were into like, Fear Factory and Godsmack, like metal, but not really. But I was the one who was like ordering CDs from freaking Finland and Sweden and listening to everything that was out there and being like, no, this is the best shit. And I got to like give them all that. So yeah, it's all reciprocal,
Curating
I suppose. Correct. Yeah, I spent all my time doing that. Yeah, I used to have this other friend. We used to just order albums out of Relapse Records. They used to have a catalog in the 90s. There was no internet. You couldn't listen. You couldn't Google a band or YouTube a band. So we would just read this catalog, and it would say like melodic metal from Finland with violins, and we'd be like, shit, let's get it. Let's see how it is. We would order it. We would just order stuff out of this magazine and just see how it was. And it was awesome, man. Like I heard like Amon Amarth so a week after their first album came out because of that. Like these bands, like a lot of people didn't hear for a long time. I heard them like right away because I was just ordering shit like out of the blue.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to just go off on a tangent there.
No,
Fallout's good.
Please do.
I like Fallout.
Let me think. I'll show these. This is some heat. Few Japanese demos is what these are. So first
AJ?
I have
Ooh.
Gran Turismo HD. This one has, I think,
The install disc.
somebody could correct me, but I think it has like a few tracks that's not on the actual game or something like that. Something to that extent, like content that doesn't exist on the official release of the game. So this is like a cool demo disc. I really like the spine of it.
Yeah, I do too. I like the coloring.
Yeah, I like the red into black into silver stripe down here. Really nice.
Yeah, it's very aesthetically balanced, like the way it
Yeah.
even goes through the HD like that.
Totally,
sure.
yeah. That's a nice one. I'd say this is more. It's more pricey than it is rare. I don't think it's like super rare, but it goes like upwards of $100. I'd say.
I mean, I wouldn't know how many were actually printed, but it's definitely not common.
No, not common, but just in comparison to these next ones I'm going to show is the only reason I say that. This one is more rare. Square Enix magazine.
What is that?
So this was actually sent out with a magazine. There was 1,000 of these, from my understanding.
That's cool, dude.
I want to take it out because it's interesting because it has demos for games that never really got like released physically on PS3.
Oh, that's the best thing about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unreleased content, little demos of games that never came out.
Okay,
And also, I just like the time traveling aspect of the old gaming magazines. I talked about that before. It's like it connects me to the past.
so yeah, I can show this
directly.
Yeah, I love. I used to be like a Game Informer subscriber when I was a kid. Like I have a lot of nostalgia for that. But you can see there's some games on here.
Singularity.
Trine,
Third birthday.
Thexter Neo, Third Birthday. Yeah, isn't it like a PSP game?
Yeah, dude. That's the third Parasite Eve game.
Yeah,
And it only got
Crystal
released.
Defenders. So a couple like oddball games, right?
I wish Third Birthday got released on PS3. That would have been cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to fire this up one day and actually mess around in the menu and whatnot. I got this very recently. But I just like the design on it, how it's like a gradient up to the white. Just really aesthetic.
Yeah, and I like Square Enix quite a bit, so
Oh, me too.
big fan. I've been playing Star Ocean Second Story R.
Ooh, I got some Star Ocean stuff.
Oh man, it's Reggie's favorite game, and I've been meaning.
Which one did you say?
Second Story R.
Oh yeah. I've
new-
wanted to get that.
The
Looks
new remake.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun, dude. And like, it's nice. I've been on vacation this week from work, and so I actually got to play an RPG, like the good old days. I just woke up at like 6 a.m., rolled out of bed, freaking pot of coffee, playing RPGs. I literally play until the damn controller dies.
What was the original game with that on? It's like a
PS1,
Okay.
yeah. And then it got a re-release, like remake on the PSP. They redid the first game, First Departure, and then that one again. And then they just remade it again for the PS4, PS5. This is like a HD 2.5 or 1.5. I don't know what they call it, but like it's like they use the same pixelated characters from the PS1 games, but then everything in the world is HD.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I saw a trailer of it.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And like the spell effects and the particle effect, everything looks sick. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab that on sale eventually, definitely. Speaking of one of the best Star Ocean games, this is I've played like maybe a couple hours of it. From what I've read online, it seems to be like widely regarded as, if not the worst Star Ocean game, like very close to the worst, which is Integrity and Faithlessness.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've just heard a lot of people saying it's not great. I don't know much about it, but this is like a late PS3 release where it also came out on PS4, right?
Correct. I don't. RPGs are for RPG fans, man. They're not for regular people.
No, I know, but just in terms of other, like this among other Star Ocean games,
it's
I don't know if
definitely
it's as good.
Yeah, no, it's rated kind of low. The newer one they came out with, what's it called? The Divine Force. That one's really good.
Yeah,
I love
I've
that
seen
one. Yeah,
that's more like combat and like
yeah, it looks like a
what do you call it?
Tales
like
game.
an action game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I beat that whole game and like didn't use the crafting. I just didn't ever craft anything. Whatever.
The
What is
reason
this,
I wanted to
alternate
show
cover?
this, yeah. So this, this
I
one.
like the one on the right better.
I didn't know about this. I really like obscure cover variants like this. It's like it
Mhm.
only came out. There's a really giant box called the like Ultimate Box or whatever the hell that only came out in Japan, and it came with this. And I was able to find a lot of that Ultimate Box for the PS4 version, but the PS3 version is really hard to find now for this. So this cover variant's really an obscure one. I really like how it's
Sick
drawn.
artwork, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, you get more of the characters. Yeah, that's a really nice piece, dude.
Especially compared to this. This one's a little bit more like CG art, I would say. Like this one's kind of more hand drawn. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like I feel like Japan gets busier covers. I guess I would say there's usually more going on. They have more characters. They put more in,
Yeah,
and that's like they for some reason I don't know why they just must have done studies or tests. They're like, American audiences don't like that. They like it simple, clean, simple art.
they're stupid.
I disagree. Yeah, I completely disagree. I'm like, no. I want the exact opposite. I want as much art crammed in there as possible. I like artwork that you sit there and you look at it for an hour and you still start noticing stuff that you
Right.
because it's just so amazingly detailed. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the exact opposite of that. This, I would say, is now that I have this, is one of the rarest, if not. I don't want to say it's like the rarest PS3 thing I have, but it's definitely up there, which is the From Software disc.
Oh my goodness.
This is like a grail for PS3.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I actually have two of them because
You
one
got
of them is
upgraded.
Figsy's.
Oh.
I hope he's okay with me showing these.
Mhm.
I bought this one, the graded one, which I don't have graded stuff, and I'm very tempted to break this out of the grading, whatever you call it, the slab. I'm very tempted to break it out, just because it's UKG, which I don't know a ton about the grading scene, but I know this is not like, it's like it's the UK one, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. But yeah, I bought this one, and then I found this one on Yahoo Auctions Japan. And they're both sealed, actually,
Yeah, that's nice.
which is crazy. But the story of this is it was in 2006 at Japanese conventions. From Software kind of handed these. I don't know if they handed these out for free, but they were like distributed at Japanese conventions briefly in 2006 to show off the visuals of these two games.
I think Figsy likes it.
Hell yeah. Armored Core 4 and Enchant Arm. So this is kind of like before. I don't know if this is pre-Demon Souls, like I think it is. Yeah. Like this is like before From Software was making what From Software is really known for now, which is obviously the Souls series. Probably wouldn't have been so scarcely like produced if they were the From Software of today, if you know what I mean. Like they're a lot bigger of a company now, I feel.
Oh yeah.
I know they've been making games for forever, but I feel
Yeah,
like they blew up in the West from Souls.
Yeah, so that's when they really blew up. But they did Shadows Tower and Kingsfield and stuff. That's
Yeah.
like kind of where like it started. Like if you play those games, they have a similar vibe to them, like artistically. And then they have like the energy bar system and some of those mechanics are kind of in there, but it's like at a real basic level.
I see.
Yeah, it's a hard sell for. I like Shadow Tower and Kingsfield, but I don't think most people would enjoy them. Like it's just being for real. Yeah, the graphics aren't amazing. It I don't know if they age that well. The controls are really awkward and the graphics are pretty awkward, but if you can get over that and like get used to the gameplay, it's a great time. It's just like fun, so you'll enjoy it. The artwork alone is, like I said, worth it. So
Hell yeah. But yeah, these are simple, but they don't really visually show like how rare and
I've never seen
scarce
that before.
they are.
That's cool
Yeah,
as hell, man.
I've wanted it for a long time. It's a very expensive. I won't lie. Like I spent a lot of money. It's by far the most expensive game I bought. There's one other pickup I have here that was hella expensive. I went a little ham at the start of this year with my tax return, but yeah, I'm so happy to
Figsy
have
says
these.
it was pre-Demon Souls.
Yeah.
Figsy, you got to come on here when we talk about PS3, man. You know a lot more than me. I'm like, oh, that's neat. What's that? Oh, that's neat. What's that?
No, that's probably how most people are coming at it from. So, I guess I'll just kind of a lot of this stuff I don't have like organized, so I'll just kind of just show cool shit. I guess.
Yeah, man. There's no rules here.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you want.
So this is a German slip. You can see the inclusive top 3 games für or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Came with like, what is that? iPhone, iPod Touch. Came with some extra games. I don't know if it would have been like where the code for that is. I haven't like looked inside it, but this is a Crisis 3 didn't get a slipcover outside of Germany, which is interesting. I like country exclusives like this.
So that is Crisis 3 with 3 games included?
Yeah, exactly. It's like Crisis 3, and then they included these iPod, whatever games, like as a bonus with the slipcover.
Okay, so they're not on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
disc. They're like downloadable.
That's
things
what I'm
for
curious
the
about. I
iPod.
think it would be a download code that came with it.
It
I
must
haven't
be.
I don't know actually.
That's neat.
Oh yeah,
though.
it actually does say a download code right there.
Download code UFEN dürfen for the iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
These are so. This is the normal cover for Resistance 2, the NTSC standard cover, and then these two are Best Buy. I guess they would be like pre-order covers. I don't know. I mean, it does say at the top, reserve your copy. So I know this one is a pre-order cover, but there's 2 of them.
God, why don't they bring those games back, man? I would love
like
to see
HD update.
Yeah, well, I don't see why we don't get Resistance and Killzone. They're good games, but whatever. Hey, remember when Sony used to like release games?
Remember when people used to make games? Yeah.
I know it's not just Sony.
This one I kind of just wanted to talk about this game.
Oh, cool.
This is the both the covers that exist for this game, PAL and NTSC. I really like this game.
Yeah, I have.
I don't.
SC game.
I don't hear people. Yeah, it's gotten like decently expensive now. I think it's upwards of like $50-$60 value now for this. Yeah, I played this game first on the Xbox 360 when I was like, I don't know, 15 years old or some shit, and I kind of had mixed feelings about it. I didn't get very far, but I went back and played this game a couple years ago, and I actually finished the platinum on it. It's actually a really good game, I would say. It's fun.
I've heard it's very good.
Yeah. And some of the things I like about it, there's a lot of games that kind of do like the companion trope, where you're like going around with a companion, but this one does it really well. It feels like the monster guy, he kind of, his animations and his expressions and the way he interacts with the kid just feels very like organic and, I don't know, immersive, I would say. I really like it. You could complain about the combat being like not the best, definitely, but it's more of a puzzle game than a combat game. So once you kind of get into how the puzzles work and how the companion stuff works, it's really fun.
I like that stuff. I like games that require thought. I do. Like I don't like games where I just feel like I just roll over them all the time. Like they have to challenge me in some way. Like even if it's just a puzzle. Like I said, I'm playing Star Ocean, and there was this stupid freaking dungeon I was stuck in for like an hour today, where I just couldn't figure out how to get out of there. It's just like one of those things.
I can't stand modern games that handhold and every ledge is highlighted, and it's just so boring. Like I want to figure that shit out for myself.
If you can't die and you can't lose, it's not a game. It's not a game. It's an experience at that point. It's like it's like watching a movie and you can push buttons, but you can't lose. I don't know. You have to be able to lose. You have to be able to die. Like you should be losing and dying in a game. Like otherwise, like I don't know.
Have to be able
What's
to
the point?
Have to be forced to think sometimes.
Well, I like to get better at stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you get a game and you're losing, like that to me makes me think, and I'm like, okay, I either have to change my strategy or upgrade my gear or maybe level up or whatever. Like I gotta think. I gotta come up with the plan here.
Yeah.
This isn't working. But I feel like there are some people, they don't like that. They just want to smash their head up against stuff and they want it to fall over. And if it doesn't, they go, yeah, this is no fun. And I'm like, well, that's not, I mean, I guess.
That's why I
Different
mostly
choice for
play
different folks.
multiplayer games, because I like the challenge of having to adapt to other humans. That's like the thrill of, a lot of the thrill of gaming for me these days is like competing.
Correct.
Like you're
Yes,
saying, being forced to
PvP play.
improve.
Yeah, live PvP play is like the most intense game you can do because you're against an actual, living, adapting
Yeah.
thing, and so it's way harder for sure. But then there's that lovely added element of frustration because
Yes.
now if you die and you don't just lose, you have some dude teabagging you, and you're like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Or playing a shooter on PC and like 10 to 15% of the player base is wall hacking and aim locking, and
Yeah.
it's
Or just screaming the N-word into the whole time you're playing or something. You're like, okay, yeah. So playing online, to me, it's not as fun as it used to be.
there's pros and cons. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm more of a mute the mic, or if I what I like to do is if I play online with games like that, I like to hang out with my friends in Discord, and I just don't use game comms. We just use Discord and talk to each other that way.
That's what me and my friends do.
That's the way to do it. And then you just ignore everybody. So.
Mm-hmm. Got some more slip covers here.
Let's go.
So these ones, Kevin showed these on a very early episode of the show. I want to say like the first 10 or 20 episodes. But he had them like flattened. So it's the PlayStation All-Stars slip covers from the UK.
That's sick, dude. Yeah. I do remember him showing those. Yeah. But he didn't have them.
He had them
like
flat.
you said. Yeah, like from the place where they sent them.
Yeah, so this is from a store in the UK called Game.
Dude, that's so sick.
I believe the story of these is there was like a pre-order, kind of like a poll, where there was 10 characters you could vote, like the community could vote on, and then the top 5 got these slipcovers. So there was, I think Kevin said there was like a Kratos one, and there was like some other ones that didn't actually get made because they weren't in the top 5. But yeah, these are the 5 that got made, and I think if you pre-ordered the game from Game, as confusing as it sounds, you just got one of these. So to have all 5 is very difficult, and I have to say, I'm an eBay fiend. I'm on eBay for years. I've been hounding eBay for PS3. Like, I'm an addict.
Yeah, no, trust me, I know. I have alerts up the ass, bro.
Yeah.
Every morning I get like 60 emails I have to go and every day. So
But that is to say, I would probably rate this my best eBay find ever. Honestly, like I bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things from eBay. This is probably number 1 because I found all 5 of these. It just hit, like, it's one of those things where you check the saved search like literally 300, 400 times, and you get to the point where you don't ever expect anything to hit, like, actually pop up on it. But it's that one day you see it, and all 5 of these were on auction for 99 cents starting.
Oh, Jesus
with
Christ.
with offers open.
Yeah.
So I just insta offered like, I don't know, $50 or whatever it was, and she and she accepted. And
Deal.
I talked to her, and she didn't know basically she didn't know what these were. Her store was not a gaming store. So maybe like her own old boyfriend or husband or family member had these, like, was a game employee, I think, because to have all 5 of these, you kind of had to be a game employee, or I guess specifically collecting them. But usually you'll see them. Yeah, usually you'll see them pop up one at a time because somebody had pre-ordered it and just got one of them. So yeah, extremely lucky circumstances that I got, and they're just like minty. I actually got them flat the same way Kevin had. I only showed one of them so far. There's a Jack one.
I love the color, by the way. It just
Yeah.
that blue looks sick.
And the way it like bleeds onto the side, the art.
And it's cool art too because it's not just Jack. I mean, you got Tekken in the background. You got like, other games. Like,
Each one has
like
different
the
background
crossover.
characters.
Yeah, you got Parappa, Kratos, Uncharted. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Right.
Yeah, those are neat.
I actually got these flat, and I decided to like stick cases in them. I just like how they look when they're kind of 3D, you know, kind of how they should be.
Yeah, it's not like you damage them by putting them together.
No, not really. I had to bend them, but
yeah, no, I mean that's way easier to display them that way.
But yeah, these were on my PS3 bucket list, so finding these was fucking epic, dude.
Yeah, this is some good stuff, guys. This is not your average PS3 stuff, so some good stuff right here.
Yeah, I go hard, bro.
Yeah.
I go hard for the.
Well, how long?
PS3.
Well, how long you been going, Philip? You've been collecting PS3 for how many years now? I mean, it's been a while, so
8.
yeah. So, I mean,
But
that's what happens.
I've been going hard with international for like 3 or 4. For a while, I was just collecting locally, but honestly, I owe all of this to Figsy because I saw Figsy's videos about PS3, and he just gave me like an insane bug that, like, especially for slipcovers. I didn't really care about slipcovers, and now I have an absurd PS3 slipcover collection. So yeah, thanks, Figsy.
Yeah, for good or for bad, I suppose.
Yeah, bad for my bank account. This
no,
one is
man. That's good.
no. This one is for a buddy. Oryx is on Discord. He's a steelbook collector, and this is quite a rare PS3 steelbook. This is like a plastic overlay kind of deal over the steelbook.
Okay.
But yeah, this one only came out. What does it say in the top? France and Germany. If you see the flags on the side.
Yeah, it looks like Germany and Italy.
Yeah,
France
whatever.
is red, white, and blue. I think.
Oh yeah, you're right.
My
Oh no,
European
I'm reading
flags.
on the bottom. It says
Okay,
actually a couple more flags down there. But
Oh, all right, there we go.
but regardless
Yeah.
regardless, this is quite a obscure steelbook now. So I got this for a buddy. He was looking for it.
It's cool. Back when Saints Row was still good.
I have a couple Saints Row things actually. This one is a cover variant of Saints Row the Third. This is the normal one, and then this is from the UK.
Oh,
it's
cool.
What does it say?
Professor Genius, Mamapultkar, Octopus Gun, and Leisure Stunt Suit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then unlocks all the in-game cheats.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I know
That's-
nothing about where this is from, but
That's something we don't see much these days. Is cheats. Is that still a thing? The games put codes, cheat
cheats
codes,
menus. Yeah,
anything in there? Is that a thing
No.
anymore?
not as much.
I feel like
Especially
they're very,
not like just being in the menu like that, you know, like they used to be for a lot of games. Where it was just like
it was like built
options
into
and
the
then
game.
cheats. Yeah.
Yeah. It was part of the game. There were codes or whatever, or like just stuff you could do. Like, you ever play NFL Blitz? It's like a silly little arcade game, but there were all these like little secret codes you could put in, and it would just do funny crap. Be like, everybody's got a giant head, woo!
Yeah.
Or like people would be on fire, run real fast, or like super. Like, it was just like all these little fun codes you could put in, and it would make the game more interesting. And I don't know, I just thought that was a cool idea. Same thing with like NBA Jam. It had all sorts of secret codes you could put in and get
Yeah.
secret characters. And yeah, what the hell? They don't just. There's nothing fun like that anymore. I guess the
Makes me
internet
think
probably
of,
ruins all that.
A good example of that is Lego Star Wars. If you've ever played the older Lego Star Wars, where the gold bricks you collect, or I don't remember if it's the gold bricks, but one of the collectibles in the game are cheats. Like you unlock cheats as you collect a certain item, which is a cool way to do it too.
Yeah. So I'm okay with cheats in games as long as it's a one-player experience. You know, if it's an online, obviously no. Multiplayer, no. But like, I used to love hopping on Grand Theft Auto 3 and just throwing all the cheats on, just going mayhem mode. Just like, let's see how many helicopters I can blow up. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that was always a good time.
You know that ATV, like MX vs ATV. I don't know which one, but there was like a PS2 ATV game where if you drove to the border of the map, it would like launch you back like super fucking far. Do you know what I'm talking
No.
about?
No.
I guess I need to know the name of the game. So that's what it makes me think of too, where it's like low gravity cheats, and that I did that a lot when I was a kid, like launching it across the giant map.
That's awesome. That's so fun.
More Saints Row shit, another cover variant. This one I don't actually think is like an official release because it says dummy.
Well, that's
So
weird.
I guess this is like a store display.
Okay.
But this cover didn't I can't find this cover ever being released, and it's weird because God, I wish it would focus. It's weird because it's like American themed, right? But I could only find this display cover in PAL. So it's kind of weird
Commander
that
Chief Edition.
it's kind of weird that PAL got the display cover for the America weapon and the Uncle Sam suit, but I mean, whatever.
That's happened quite a few times. There's like so many weird PS2 games specifically that got released in PAL only, like that we didn't get. That I'm just like, why the hell did you guys get Beverly Hills Cop and we didn't?
Yeah,
Why did
or
you
the
get
Michigan
Miami
one.
Vice and we
Yeah.
didn't? Yeah, Michigan from Hell, exactly. It's a fucking game about Michigan.
Yeah. I live in Michigan. That baffles me.
It's just odd. That's just odd, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this is a nice Saints Row slipcover. Another fold out.
That's cool, man.
Pretty nice one.
The new game's on sale right now for like $9.99 if anybody wants it.
I don't doubt it.
It's on clearance on Best Buy, I'm pretty sure.
It's free. They're
I
giving
think
it
it's
away.
$10. I think it's like $9.99. After a while, when a game does that badly, I almost feel bad for it.
Yeah.
Like I almost feel bad for it. I'm like, dude, did anyone buy Forspoken? That thing has been on sale for like $19.99 for like a year, and it's not sold out anywhere yet. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna pick it up and play it. I don't give a shit. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe everyone's just haters. Square, right?
It's a hidden gem. Never know.
Hey, you know, for what I could tell, it's people mostly complaints are just like the character, the story, they're like the way she talks and stuff. Doesn't mean the game's not fun. So,
Oh yeah,
as
no,
long
I've
as-
seen those videos roasting like the cutscenes and the dialogue.
and they rightfully so. It's pretty cringy shit. Like
Yeah.
it's quite cringy. As you know, I don't know. I think that the video game industry has like been huffing its own farts for way too long. It's like they got this weird Neil Druckmann syndrome where they all think they're freaking movie stars, and they all think that they're writing this new great. And we're like, dude, no, you guys do not need to do that.
Right.
Video games do. I mean, some games, sure, you want to have a big story, that's your focus. Yeah, fine. If you want to make a game that is the focus, a movie type game, that's fine. But 99% of the time, I do not care about the story. If it's an action-based game or something like that, I don't give a crap. I just want to blow stuff up. I don't even want to hear the story. I want to hit start. I want to skip all that crap, and I want to play. I don't. That's just me, I guess. I know there's a lot of people who think differently, but I just don't care. 99%.
I'm
of
the
time.
same way. Yeah.
I'm the same way
I'm more
with
of a
music.
gameplay guy these days than a story guy in games.
Yep. And when it comes to like music and stuff, I don't care about the lyrics at all. Don't care what the song's about. Don't care what they're saying. Don't even listen to it. Doesn't even faze me. I just want to hear what the music is. It's all I care about. Like, what's the drummer doing? What's the bassist play? Like, I care about the music and then the story, whatever. Yeah, whatever, guy. I don't care. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's kind of the easiest part to ignore for me.
Yeah.
It's not that I never care about it. It's just kind of like tertiary.
Usually, and then sometimes it does suck me. Like this, I'm playing the Star Ocean game. It's a fantastic story. I'm like enthralled. Like I'm actually like, I want to know what happens. This is really cool. Like so, it could get it's not like I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the game. Definitely. I played Trails from Zero earlier this year, which is kind of like a detective themed RPG where you work for like an investigation unit. That has a really interesting story and twists and whatnot.
Yeah. So RPGs, yeah, I want story
Right.
for sure. But I'm talking like action games. Like I don't need Final Fight to have a big story. I don't need a shmup to have a story. I don't. Like, oh look, big scary spaceship, pew pew pew, blow it up. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know nothing. Like it's just like, I don't know.
A few more variants.
That's a fun game.
This is a shiny metallic one.
It's a
With
fun
the
little
art book
racing
in it.
game. Little ATV.
Yeah, I've heard good things about this game.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's that one, and then there's another one called Nailed.
Yeah.
That one's better, I think, than Nailed.
This is the infamous like backwards spine game, isn't it? Or is that Fuel? I can't
It's
remember.
Fuel.
There's like a four letter racing game that has like a backward. This the letters are facing the wrong way on the spine.
Hey-o.
Deadpool Mercenary Edition. This is
Oh,
another
that's
one I
interesting.
saw that Kevin showed actually a while ago. That's how I knew it existed.
Yeah, I've never seen the Mercenary Edition. That's a UK release only.
Yeah, I think so. 2 extra challenge maps, 2 exclusive suits. Those are the 2 suits, I guess. Pretty cool variant.
Yeah, that game's going for like 80 to 100 right now on PS4.
Wow.
Mm.
So these were the finishing pieces to my. I got these like late last year, I'd say. But these are the last games I needed for
Heavy
Asian English
hitters.
set. Yeah, so these are two, and these are the Korean versions.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get the Korean versions cheaper than the Chinese English versions for these two. That's kind of why. I actually prefer the Korean version if I have a choice. Because if I could choose Chinese English or Korean English, I'll choose Korean English generally.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these completed my Asian English set.
That's sick, dude.
I needed a new job before I could finally get these. But yeah,
Yeah,
these,
well, both of those are quite expensive,
dude,
guys.
yeah,
both
these are
of them.
some of the priciest games I bought, definitely.
The
But I need
cheaper
the set.
Korean version's probably not cheap at all.
No, still hundreds, definitely.
Yeah. There's
But,
quite a few games like that. They have the regional differences, but it's like they started off with a big difference, but not anymore. Like
Yeah.
they've all kind of evened out.
So I would say these are 2 of the rarest Korean PS3 games. But this is, I'm so stoked to have this. This is another one that I very recently got. So there was a very early episode of this podcast that had, I'm going to blank now. I don't remember his name, dude. He has like an insane sealed PS4 limited run collection. Bald gentleman. He entered like
Kurtori? Jason?
Yes, there it is. Jason. A very early episode with Jason, he showed this, which is Darkstalkers. So this is Vampire. It was called Vampire Resurrection.
Masquerade or Resurrection. Yeah, Vampire Resurrection.
For the Japanese release, which is like the way more common release. And it didn't get, outside of Korea and Japan, it didn't get released to my knowledge. I don't even think it has like an Asian English version. I think it's just Japanese in this, but it's substantial because it's called Darkstalkers, not Vampire Resurrection. This is easily like, I would say top 3, top 5 rarest things I have, because I learned about this from that episode with Jason, which was years ago now, and I've been hunting for it since then. Years. It's never been on eBay a single time, except this one actually, and I was able to catch it a few times on like, there's like Korean sites like G Market, Naver Shopping, to name a few. I've been able to catch glimpses of it sold on those sites, not for sale, but sold. Like 2 or 3 times I was able to find it, but it's always like $100 to $200 and sold. So even Koreans know this is very rare, and that was confirmed to me by the way I got this was I bought these 2 from a Korean eBay seller who's quite a cool guy who I got to chatting to after buying these, and I asked him like randomly one day, I was like, "Have you ever seen this?" I was like, "Have you ever seen the Korean Darkstalkers cover?" And he was like, "Yeah, I actually have one, but I have never listed it because it's so rare." And I was like, "Whoa." And he was like, I mean, dude, I don't really care about sharing prices, honestly. He was like, "It's 500." And he wouldn't move on it. So yeah, that's what I paid for this. I don't have a problem saying that.
Hey, I mean,
it was
sometimes
$450, I think. But yeah, that just goes to show the reason I was willing to pay that. The only reason I say that is just to kind of indicate how rare this is. Like, I wouldn't pay that for something that I could find for less, you know. But
Correct.
this is one of those things I literally searched for years.
Yep. No, I know how that feels.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like it's just not available.
Yeah.
So when it finally is, it's just like whatever it is, you kind of have to either suck it up if you want.
And it was just one of those things that's like a grail in my head. Like some of those other slipcovers are just like, they were always in my head. Like, man, I would love to have those one day. So yeah, I'm stoked to have this. I got this like a month or two ago, I'd say.
Congratulations, man.
Really,
that's
really
awesome, brother.
nice condition. Thanks, man.
Yeah, dude, that's sick. Yeah, and I always, in my mind too, like when I think about PS3 and PS4, I'm like, these games literally haven't even come close to hitting their collectability. I mean, they're rare and they're expensive, but
Yeah.
the fever for it isn't.
That happens when they're fully like retro, I think.
Yeah,
Like where
I
retro
agree.
consoles are now,
I think it doesn't happen until they've been out of the first-hand market for at least like 5 to 10 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because all the prices of what is and isn't rare don't get determined until 5 or 10 years until it's in the secondary market, because that's when you find out how rare shit is. Like, you don't know how hard it is to get a game until it's been 5 to 10 years, because that's when people start collecting it.
Yeah.
And that's where
exactly.
people like me and people like you and people like Figsy who go, this piece of shit took me 5 years to find it. And so like that eventually, because the knowledge gets out there and people find out about it, and yeah, that's just how it happens.
Definitely.
So, yeah, just give it some time, man.
Oh, here's another really cool piece I got recently. So I've shown on the show before Taiwanese exclusives. I don't know if you remember, I showed like phone cases that came from Taiwan, where it was like Devil May Cry with an iPhone case.
Yeah, those were sick. You had 3 of them, I think.
Yeah. So those were from specifically Taiwan. And so because I knew those existed, I know that there's exclusive things to Taiwan, but those are kind of like, they're weird where they're kind of like made by a specific like retailer. They're not like official Sony limited edition, you know what I mean? It's kind of like some Singapore company or whatever the hell, some Taiwanese company created it. Whereas this is a Taiwanese exclusive that is actually like it's like a Sony official thing, which is this.
Nice,
The
dude.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit limited edition.
Okay.
So this didn't get a limited edition outside of, believe it or not, Taiwan. Like, there's no Japanese, there's no Chinese, there's no PAL, there's no NTSC, just Taiwan. And I would love, if anyone knows otherwise, please message me, because I got this like very recently and I'm still trying to learn about it. I asked a bunch of other collectors. Figsy had one friend who'd seen it before, so it's not like a brand new discovery, but it is pretty unknown as far as like PS3 pieces. But yeah, it actually says somewhere down there like made in printed in Taiwan.
That's cool.
But yeah, this is a very rare piece. Really like it. It's got a nice shiny effect.
Do you know what comes in it?
Yeah, it's a police badge. And one other thing that's kind of like unimpressive, I forget. But yeah,
Neat, though. Dude, yeah,
just recently
PS3's
got
got
this
so
on
many
eBay.
cool little box sets, dude.
yeah, I love when stuff is just from one specific country, especially when it's like Taiwan, which is like, if something is just from the UK or US, that's one thing, but if something's just from Taiwan or fucking Malaysia or like that shit gets me excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, these old school collectors, they don't know how easy they get it. They don't have to deal with the full international market.
Oh yeah.
I would say that people are like, I'm going for the full this set. I'm like, yeah. Poor PS3, PS4 guys. It's like never ends.
Yeah,
never ends.
I got distracted from full set so long ago that I stopped thinking about it.
Yeah, just buy what you, dude. Just get what you want.
I just buy what I think's cool.
Yeah, dude. Just buy what you think's cool. Ultimately, that's what's gonna be the best for you. Because at some point, you realize that collecting is the fun part, and a lot of stuff you get isn't what you want to keep anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And like I have more than a full set. I think NTSC full set's like 1,200 something, and I think I'm at like 1,600 PS3 games. So I have more than the full set, just of like random international shit.
Heck yeah.
This is an Asian piece, so a lot of people know about these Asian Resident Evil pieces because they play in English. There's like a...
Yeah, I have that one actually. That's one of the ones I bought. So those are the two light gun games that got released on the Wii, I believe. The Dark Stalker
Chronicles.
Dark Side, yeah.
Yep.
And so those got released for the PS3 light gun or iToy or whatever you want to call it, the Move.
The Move, yeah.
But it never got released anywhere except for Asia. So I actually bought that for my PS3 collection. My small, humble collection. That's one of the things I did go out and go out of my way to get.
Yeah, it's a good one to get, the English playing ones. The Japanese one plays in English. This is actually the like Chinese English or whatever Asian one.
Nice.
I don't know if it has Chinese somewhere on it. But
I think I just have the Japanese one. I don't think I have
the reason I'm showing this is because the Japanese one it's not too rare. It is what it is. This one is like a limited edition, I think. And I was looking for the limited edition of the Japanese version, but I couldn't find it. So I'm pretty sure this is an example of, it got released in Japan and Asia, but only Asia got the limited edition. So this is this sleeve, and it has like some little booklets in there. But yeah, that's just an obscure piece. Thought it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, that's cool. Fun games too.
I guess it does say limited edition box set down here.
Yeah, well, Resident Evil collectors are pretty passionate too, so I'm sure you just got a couple people's attention with that. They're like, I didn't know there was a limited edition either.
Yeah, I didn't know until like recently.
Yep.
So this one is just kind of worth noting as like a variant. It's like I would consider this a slipcover variant. So you have this, which is a very, very, very common PAL slipcover. I would say like the most common PAL slipcover that exists. And it is a lenticular just between like two positions. It doesn't switch to anything else, right? Just like Batman's cape moves or whatever. This one is similar, right? It has that, but then it switches to Batman.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this one specifically is Australian. So I don't know the specifics about like what got what. I don't know if this is just Australian or what. It's also different because this one is short and this one is tall, if you see. Look at the top. And then
or Rocksteady Games.
A third of that, which is this is a piece I wanted a long time because it's I was after a bunch of Mexican stuff. I wanted to like get all the Mexican rare shit because they're just hard to get out of Mexico. This is one of the ones I got this year where it's a lenticular between, it actually says 2-pack. It's between Injustice and Batman. So it's that same one that I just showed in the second slipcover, but it switches to a lenticular of Injustice. And it's a double pack of both games.
That's awesome.
So yeah, this is very rare Mexican piece here.
Yeah, well, the company's going to go out of business, so I think that stuff might get rarer.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Supposedly, there's rumors that they might get shut down, but there's some people on Twitter who the hell knows what they know. But yeah, it's Suicide Squad did so poorly that they might shut them down.
I see.
So, should be a bummer. But hey, I don't get, I just don't understand the market at all. How these people are so talented at making single player experiences like that. Like, we'll make a live service game. Like, why would you do that?
Right.
God, dude, it's like citing a metal band and being like, "Oh, you guys write the best fucking metal albums." Well, you know what's hot though right now? Reggae. You think you could just throw that together real quick? And they're like, I mean, we could try. I guess. I mean, that's not really what we do here, but I mean, Fred's got some steel drums. You got that, Fred? Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't know. It's illogical.
Yeah.
They all think they'll be Fortnite, and no, there's only one Fortnite.
I don't think it's the coders and the artist choice. It's just
no, of course not.
The money people.
No, I guarantee you that the character models in those games look great. But yeah. I don't know. I haven't played the game enough to give a full, legitimate opinion on it. I'm just not. I'm at a point in my life where I hear live service. I'm completely tuned out. I have no interest in anything that requires a subscription, a battle pass, constant DLC, any of that. Nah. Why would I do that? Why would I waste my time on a game like that when there are thousands of other games out there that are complete experiences that are not requiring me to constantly pay over and over and over again to play them?
Yeah,
This doesn't make sense. I just don't. It's illogical to me. So, but if it's fun and you like it, knock yourself out.
Cut me off, please, when I'm showing too much, because I literally brought like stacks of shit.
We'll do a break for the quiz in a minute.
Yeah. I'll just top it off with.
We could go as long as you want to. By the way, like we can go later if you want to. You can show all your stuff if you want.
Okay. I mean, up to you. This is a Japanese box. I really like the Modern Warfare series, all 3 games. I played a ton of Modern Warfare 2, so
Yeah,
I really like
one.
So it's like a triple pack. But just a clean design on this one. I like it.
That's
Pure
really
white.
nice. I've never seen that either. Call of Duty games are good games. They're not valuable per se, but
I
they're
still
good,
play Call
fun
of Duty
times.
just because my friends do. Like, we just all hop on together and play Search and Destroy and yell at people. But
Yeah, it's a good thing when you're like, I'm not sure what to play. Throw that on.
I definitely will readily call it shit, but I still play it.
I think Black Ops 2 was the last game I was really into, so it's been.
That's where a lot of people. That's like around the time a lot of people fell off the franchise.
Yeah,
it's like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2.
I loved Black Ops 2. I thought it was absolutely insane.
Definitely.
Modern Warfare was all right. I always liked them. I always liked the ones with the zombies better. So.
This one
What
Fuzzy
is this?
showed in the last episode I was on because he had it at his house, but this is a really rare Australian limited edition from, I think it's from EB Games, I want to say. Australian EB Games. But, yeah, it's just funny. It's, like, suggestive almost. I don't know. And it just has a really cool design on there.
The ultimate pleasure. Strap it on. Yeah, so, I mean, that may seem corny and cheesy and stupid, but, like, I miss that dumbass humor. We don't get to have
isn't that kind of the Saints
stupid
Row...
fun.
The Saints Row vibe it has that kind of humor in it. I actually haven't played many Saints Row games, but
Yeah, it was supposed to be an edgy, immature, offensive game for people who like kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but it was supposed to be offensive. Back in the day, you were supposed to be offensive. It wasn't like a thing you weren't allowed to do.
yeah.
For example, like I played a lot of Quake 2, and in Quake 2, they have like shit talking built into the game. You can flick people off in the game. It says this guy gives you the bird, this guy gives you the bird, and like if you play against the bots, you could turn the bot chat on, and the bots talk shit to you while you play. They're like, what the F, blah blah blah, you suck, cheap ass, blah blah blah. They talk shit to you.
Wow.
Like that was like. So, like, back in the day, they intended people to be toxic, and they intended people to talk shit.
Yeah, it's
like,
part of the fun.
Exactly. It was built into the game. And then here's the teabag button. Hit that when you kill your friends, and then you teabag them. It was part of the experience. It was like, everybody knew that. And that's who made the games. It was people who and people who played the games were people who liked that. And nowadays, like I said, it's just, oh my God. People just cry about everything. It's like, why play online games? Just
a lot of the games I play now are AI moderated. Like the voice chat and the text chat are AI moderated.
They listen to what you say and they record what you say and they ban you and blah
so
blah
lame.
blah.
One of my friends is a real potty mouth, and he's been getting like detection, like vulgar language detected, like on the voice in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's come on, let us have fun in this fucking Call of Duty lobby. Who cares?
Dude, this is why I can't stand the all digital future. and the subscription service model, where it's just all like everything's regulated, and you have a nanny that watches over you, and if you don't play the way they want you to, you lose access to your games, and they ban you, and you don't get to play on their servers, and all the screw all this crap, dude. I just won't play your games, dude. Seriously, I don't need to pay you money to have you do that to me. Like,
Activision Blizzard feels like one of the worst with it, because they kind of started a lot of that stuff with Overwatch. I feel like I know League of Legends kind of invented the whole idea of like toxicity in games. If you know about that.
Oh well, Dota. I remember back in the day, Dota before League of Legends was the most toxic shit I've ever.
No, I don't mean invented being toxic. I mean there was a guy at Riot called Riot Light, who was like he was kind of like a community spokesperson or whatever, but he kind of like termed he was kind of the one who like popularized the term toxic in regards to like bad behavior online. He was like, ranked play in League is toxic. We need to do something about this toxic behavior, and like started the whole like extreme moderation of chat and all that. And that was years and years ago. And I'm not gonna say that's the only game that started that, but that was like around the time when, and then Overwatch with the like you can't say Hong Kong or whatever the fuck. In like 2016 to 2020, whatever that was.
Ridiculous.
And, that's all within the last 10 years, really.
Yeah, and I'm all set with that. That's why. Well, if we want to go off topic for a second, I can talk about one of the show's topics I was going to talk about. So that is one of the things that I want to talk about, is that Limited Run Games is doing these new USB editions. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Yeah, I googled it when you mentioned that.
So,
USB limited edition.
Correct. So what these are now is these are PC editions, and you get a little box, and you get the game on a USB flash drive. And of course, everybody is melting down online about it. They're complaining and crying about it, whatever, and that's fine. I understand. It's not ideal. Like, people want pressed discs or whatever.
Yeah.
But the idea to me isn't that bad for a couple reasons.
That's kind of what I thought.
So there's some issues with it for sure. So it's not without its problems. But this is my whole bag. Is the reason I like physical media so much, like, for lots of reasons. Like, I like the manuals, I like the artwork, I like holding it, I like the experience, all that stuff, the nostalgia, all that stuff's true. But ultimately, like, my biggest concern is ownership. Like, if I pay someone money, I expect to keep what I paid for. Under all circumstances, I don't think there's ever an acceptable time for me to pay money for something and not retain ownership of it. So I like this concept because what at least it is it gives you a copy of the game, and it's non-DRM. So like you will, it's I understand why people may not want a flash drive. I get it, but I like this idea because I do not want to go into this we don't own anything future shit, like where everything's submodeled.
Everything is a rental. Yeah,
everything's a rental, and everything is on someone else's terms. Like, video games would no longer be something that you can own. All you can do is pay for access to someone else's ecosystem or access to their servers. You have to ask permission. Oh, please, can I give you my money and play your game, sir? Please. Like, that whole thing, I am against it beyond. I'm so against it, dude. So I know that this idea at first may seem stupid, but I think it's a step in the right direction. And I think that in the way, this is sort of what we'll be dealing with in the future, is maybe owning some sort of digital media on some sort of device that they sell, that we own it.
If the choice is pure digital or this, then it's clearly better,
Correct. And this, especially if I can just take this, install it on my computer and play the game without having to make an account or a username and log into someone's thing and have my account verified and have this blah, blah, blah. And they have to make sure that I didn't use any potty words in the last 6 months or all this other stuff. Just so you know, I'm not a toxic person online, by the way, like at all. I'm not like, I do not go on games and run my mouth and talk shit. I'm not like that at all. I just can't stand pussies. I just hate them. They're so cringy. And the thing about these people that I hate the most is 90% of the people who file complaints against people to try to get them banned, what they do is they just annoy the shit out of anybody to the point where they instigate a response from someone and then they report them and try to get them banned. Because they're pieces of shit.
It's gaslighting.
And they whine and they complain and they bitch and they moan and they're annoying until you're finally like, dude, go F yourself. And they're like, you said a bad word. It's like, dude, like I can't. Oh my God. Just, I'm so good with that, dude. I don't know. I don't play many online games for that reason. I'm good. Unless it's with, like I said, if it's like a group of friends, we all buy the game, we all play together, I'll do that. But I'm not jumping in random lobbies with randos. It's so stupid. Like also games like that suck because you're just always sitting in a fucking matchmaking waiting for a game to start. And then half the time your freaking team just quits. And you know what I mean? You never, it's like 9 out of 10 times you don't get a good game anyway. Ugh. So stupid. Dota was like one of the biggest reasons I stopped playing games like that because there was so many babies that would throw the game.
That's how League is, yep.
They would just throw all the time. It'd be like, oh, the middle lane died. Well, I'm just going to throw. Feed. I'm like, why? Because somebody died once? You're such a baby. We can still win if you just
that's
played.
The worst. Playing team-based games with randoms is the worst.
Ugh,
definitely.
It really is. Yeah.
That'll give you diseases.
Now, a couple things about this I did want to point out that people have complained about, which I think are actually extremely valid. So number one, people have pointed out that these USBs they're using are like the cheapest pieces of shit you could possibly use. Like from what I'm told, these are like 50 cents a piece if you buy them off Alibaba and you get a bag of them.
Yeah,
and
I saw a comment that was like, "Oh, well, at least they're making a custom designed USB stick." But it's like, how much does it really cost to just like stick a little bit of extra plastic on a 99-cent USB stick you got off of Alibaba?
It just says clock tower. Is that what they mean? Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
fancy.
You order those USB sticks at like 10,000 of them off Alibaba for like $1 each or like whatever, 10 cents each, and then you just stick the little plastic designer on it and make it a limited edition.
And on what planet would you release a clock tower USB and not make it look like a pair of scissors?
Right. It could be so much higher quality.
Dumb. Why wouldn't it look like scissors? Like, duh. Like, I don't know. It should have been cooler looking. So that's a legitimate complaint. I think they should, like you said, they should be using higher quality products and they should make them look much cooler because you're paying premium money for them, even if they cost more. Whatever. This is a collectible. It's supposed to cost more. So the other thing about that being cheap is like I've heard they don't last long. And they can be very faulty, and like people say that these things can fail after a year or two, and that's not acceptable for preservation or storage. Like I believe it. That's complete shite. And another point that someone made that I thought was actually the most valid point of all is that currently USB-A is being phased out. This isn't going to be the standard anymore. It's going to be USB-C on like everything on PCs. Like they're not even going to have USB-A's in the next 5 to 10 years. They won't be a thing. So people are arguing online, if you're already going to make something that's going to be outdated, you might as well just use pressed discs and just do it that way. Because that's probably still better. And if you asked me which I would prefer a disc than a USB.
Yeah.
And you can buy a disc drive, slap it on there, but maybe they'll sell USB hubs to the end of time for USB-A. I'm sure they will, so it's not going to be like a super issue. But anyway, I just thought this was an intriguing thing, for good or for worse. I'm feeling like it's still a positive thing more than a negative thing, even though I do see that's obvious flaws. So fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Just wanted to share that while we're talking about ownership of games. But like I said, that's the most appealing thing to me, is at least you own that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it may not be perfect, but better than nothing. And I am curious what the audience thinks here. If you're watching this, if you guys are collectors, I'm assuming most people who watch this show are people who are into this. I legitimately am curious. I know like YouTubers are like, put down in the comments what you think. Do you like pizza? They say stupid shit. Did you own a Nintendo when you were kids? Did you hear? No, I actually am curious what you guys think. Like, is this stupid? Is it all right? Would you buy this? Would you not buy this? Are you like, fuck, who collects PC stuff anyway? What are you, nuts?
I definitely wouldn't buy it, but that's just me. I could see why somebody would, but I personally wouldn't.
So if you're already if you're somebody who's already into collecting big box PC games, and you've already collect PC games, I could see it could be
that's true, yeah,
appealing, because there's nothing for you to buy anymore. There's nothing coming out, so I could see that. But as a console focused collector, obviously it's not a priority for me. So, yeah, the Burnt CDR thing that was mentioned quite a bit with this as well. Disc gives a chance to put the art front. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I do like the artwork on the disc. Yes, there will be USB-C adapters. I'm not worried about USB-A adapters not being used anymore, but the whole argument is well, put on a fucking disc. Then you might as well, you can get an adapter for that too.
You can use an adapter for almost anything. It doesn't mean it's not outdated.
Yeah, so maybe in the future games will not be like retro games. Well, that is the truth, Great Cluttered. I think that in the long term, on a long enough scale, memory and storage and processing power is going to just get cheaper and better and better and better. So there will be a time where you can buy an Ambernick for $200 that plays PS4 games. That'll happen, 100%. It might be 10 years from now, but it'll definitely happen. I would not support. Yeah, man, a lot of people feel that way too.
That's true. I don't really like buying from them.
A lot of people don't. I mean, I get it. See, I'm addicted to buying games, so to me it's about which games they're releasing.
I bought Persona from them, and then they've made a retail version of it, but I bought Persona 3.
Yeah, so to me it's about the games. If there's a game that I really want, just because it's getting put out I'm not going to hold it against the damn people who made the game. I want to support them regardless. Yeah, like that Animal Well, the game that just came out. Looks dope, dude. Everybody says it's amazing. It's got super high ratings. I'm totally ordering it. So, yeah. But like I said, I understand if you don't want to support them. So I give this example. I've said this before too. When everybody started kneeling during the national anthem during the sports and shit. Last time I ever watched sports, fuck that shit. Never again. Not one fucking minute of sports. I have not watched a second of sports.
I know a lot of
that
people
shit happened.
Thought that.
I was
especially with the NFL.
Disgusted. I don't give a shit. You want to protest, whatever. There is respectful ways to do it and disrespectful ways to do it. There's if you go into a church and you punch an old lady's face in protest, I don't fucking care, dude. That, you shouldn't go and punch old ladies in the face at church, and you shouldn't disrespect the national anthem. Fuck you. I don't care why. I don't care. You don't understand. Correct. I don't understand. I don't agree. Fuck you. And so I just stopped watching. And I get it. So if you feel that way about limited run games, 100% understand. Just totally understand. I'm just not there yet with them. Mm-hmm. I find them slightly irritating for sure. But they're not so offensive to me that I won't do business with them anymore. I haven't reached that level.
I just generally am not a fan of the whole not just LRG, but just the whole what would you call it? Outside of retail game releases, limited companies. Just a lot of nonsense involved with that. I played Sea of Stars, and I was looking at the Sea of Stars physical, and I don't remember what company, but it's this one company that doesn't actually print their shit. What is? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Pix and Love? That's who did Sea of Stars, I think. Or are you
Google
talking about
it.
Chain? Are you talking about Chained Echoes? Because that's fucking First Press Games.
Might be. I am 8-bit.
Yes,
I
they
don't know.
did Sea of Stars.
Is this actually out?
Yeah. I just got my copies.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm tripping. What is the company that everyone was complaining about? That's a limited run company that like
That's First
was
Press.
taking pre-orders. Okay, First Press.
Yeah, and the
Okay,
game
yeah,
you think
stuff-
it's Chained Echoes. It's
Chained
very
Echoes.
similar.
Right.
It's like
okay,
very
okay,
similar
okay.
to Sea of Stars.
I see.
Yeah. It's a dope RPG that just never is coming out.
I see. Yeah, stuff like that just like sours me to the whole like limited game thing. I don't know. And
Oh, trust me,
like
man.
you say, I just do it if there's like a specific game I want.
Yeah, you know what's sour at me is Strictly Limited Games has like, I don't know, $600-700 worth of fucking money of mine. They haven't shipped
Yeah,
me anything
exactly.
in a year.
Hearing you talk about that is another example. Yeah.
Dude, like that sucks too, because it's like I bought from them so much stuff and never had any problems for years, and everything was coming, everything's great, so I'm just pre-ordering away like nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like, dude, like I don't know, supposedly it's June now, and like they had all these announcements about all this stuff being shipped in the summer. Like everything was delayed to the summer, so we'll see if they actually send it out, which I hope they do because I like them. But
yeah, I'm
you know,
curious.
I have a certain time limit. It's about 2.5 years. If I've ordered a game and I haven't gotten it, and it's been 2.5 years, I'm going to be not nice to you.
That's a very liberal time limit.
Correct. I agree. I will.
But I guess
after,
you don't have a choice.
I won't even ask where my game is for 1 year. I will pre-order a game from one of these people, and I won't even think about where it is for at least 1 year.
That's when you know it's gotten bad.
After a fucking year, I'm like, I bought that, right? Didn't I buy that? I bought that thing. And then I look it up, and I'm like, I did buy that thing. Holy shit, it's been more than a year.
Yeah.
Like that's where you might get your first complaint.
I start forgetting about stuff if it doesn't come in a month, dude. Like a year.
Yeah, dude.
It's absurd.
It's so annoying. That's all companies are. Dude, I bought a new PC. I just dropped like $2,500 from this PC from this company. And like they like send you status messages. They're like preparing your order, getting your parts ready, ready for assembly. And then I don't hear anything for 2.5 weeks. It's ready for assembly. Sitting there. All your parts are ready to be assembled. So after 2.5 weeks, I fucking messaged them and I'm like, hey, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, oh, sorry, we're really busy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool. If I don't get a shipping notification by tomorrow, I'm returning it. And you can give me my money back and you can go fuck yourself. How's that sound? And surprisingly, my shit was shipped out today. Amazing how that happens.
You just have to go full Karen on them, and then they'll.
Dude, I don't want to do that.
I know.
But
I know what
it's
you mean.
apparently like the only way you could literally get what you paid for now. Like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? Why do I have to call you and be like, hey, can I have the stuff I bought? Like, what is going on? It's like, dude, it's pure incompetence. Oh, man. I go off on a million tangents about other shit. I ordered an entertainment center, and I went to put it together, and it's literally just missing pieces that you need to put it together. Just not fucking there. I'm like, and I have this thing all 75% assembled. And they're like, well, you can just return it. We'll send you another one. I'm like, I'm not unassembling this, you
Yeah.
idiots.
It's like
I'm
you
not
finish-
taking
it's like
it
you
all
finish,
apart again to put it back in the box to return it. Go to hell. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll drop it off like this. I'll throw it at you, sons of bitches. Like, what? Ugh.
It's like finishing a Lego set, and then the last few pieces are missing. It's like, am I supposed to just take this entire Lego set apart now? Like,
Yeah, correct. Or like, yeah, it's like you buy a puzzle and there's one piece missing at the end. Like, seriously. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but like, I'm so tired of like nothing being correct anymore. Just nothing at any time. So anyway, let's go back to some more pickups. Oh wait, you want to do a quiz? Let's do a quiz. Let's do the fucking quiz.
I'm down.
Yeah. Let's do a quiz. Sounds good. How do I do that? What do I gotta do? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go up to the top here. And yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, where's the thing? Sorry. Oh yeah, it's quiz time. So we have a PS3 themed quiz for you, friend. So hopefully that should be good for you.
As usual.
Yeah.
I get the advantage.
Well, it's just a solo quiz, so yeah. I mean,
Gotcha.
So yeah, basically, I'm gonna show you a game cover, and it's gonna be like a regional variant, and you need to tell me the name of the game.
Enchanted Arms.
That is correct. It's Enchanted Arms. All right, same thing. I'm gonna show you a cover. This was real hard.
FF13. Oh wait. Is that? I'm trying to think if it's normal or 2. I think it's FF13, right?
Yeah, it's just the normal one.
Okay. I thought that might be FF13 too.
No, you got it. It's the English Chinese cover variant.
I have that on my shelf.
All right. Same thing.
Ooh, that's a good one.
This one was hard. I've never even heard of it.
The female character. Ooh, Pavel got me with this one, man.
Nah.
I know there's a female character in the like America's collection. Like on the cover of the America's collection, that's an NTSC thing. But I can't think of where this. Yeah, chat's saying Liberation. That was gonna be my guess. Let's go Assassin's Creed Liberation. Because it does have red, white, and blue in the title too.
It is
Connor Saga. Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah, this is a Japanese exclusive, I think.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of this. Like, I
Yeah.
was like legitimately I've never heard of the Connor
It's like
Saga.
a Japanese exclusive collection of a couple games, I think. 3 in Liberation, that's what Turner said. Okay,
Gotcha.
cool.
All right. What 2 games are in this pack?
Resistance. Resistance 3 and. Oh, God. It's. Far Cry? Resistance 3 and Far Cry. Fuck. I don't know the one on the right. I'm just gonna say Far Cry 3. Resistance 3, Far Cry 3.
So what's funny is the one on the right was
Oh,
Resistance
Killzone.
3.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah, that's clearly Killzone shit.
Sorry,
That's a good one. That's a Asian English pack, like Asian English exclusive.
And both of the games are fucking awesome. Killzone 3 is so good. All right, question 5. Name both game titles on both of these covers. So it's a double whammy.
Folk soul and folklore.
Very nicely done, sir.
Woo! Let's go.
Very nicely done. I would not have gotten the folk soul. That must be like just what they call it in Japan.
It's
I'm
the
guessing.
Japanese name. Yep.
Yeah, I would not have known that. All right, I'm going to show you an item from a collector's edition. Why don't you tell me what collector's edition it comes from?
It's a sports game. I know that. I'm never gonna tell you the specific game this is.
Get
NBA
even-
2K10.
Oh, you fucking
What?
nailed it, bro!
Dude, that was
man.
actually a complete guess. What the fuck?
Oh shit, son! You got applause.
Let's go.
That's pretty good.
I mean, I could like kind of see the blurry like spine, but not really.
That was impressive, sir. I
Thank
just
you.
love you can tell when someone pulls it off their ass and they nail
I knew it was like a game holder locker. I've seen that before.
That was like the time I randomly guessed Echo the Dolphin, and that was the actual answer. And I like literally lost my mind because I completely was just like, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
Echo. It was. I was like,
Out of
what?
all the basketball games, that's
Yeah.
lucky.
Fucking Kobe, baby. All right, question 7. Same question. This is part of a collector's edition, and what game is it from?
Sly collection, HD collection.
Yeah, see, this one's very misleading.
Oh, ooh, really?
Yeah, so I instantly thought what you thought.
That looks
That-
exactly
that
like Sly
is-
Cooper.
I think it is Sly.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it is. I think that the dude from Infamous just wears a Sly backpack in the game. And that's like, because it's probably made by the same people, I'm guessing.
That's
so.
interesting.
Sucker Punch. Did they make?
That's
the-
definitely a trick question.
It is. Well, Pavel he likes the trick. He definitely does. All right, so this one doesn't have a picture, but you probably will know it. So the question is, how many games and or demos are on the "This is the Next Level" disc?
4.
That is correct. And those are the games. We got Wipeout, Super Stardust, Motorstorm, and Pain. Now, I believe that Super Stardust HD, that's the only...
Only physical, yep.
Yeah.
The other
Pretty cool.
the other three got Pain and Wipeout HD got PAL releases. Pacific Rift got everywhere, and yeah, Super Stardust never got physical.
I still need to pick up that Wipeout from PAL. I really want that, actually. That game's
Yeah, that's a
freaking
good one to
sick.
pick up.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's one of those ones. Man, I just haven't been looking at PS3 in a while. I need to.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I kind of I filled my little 2 shelves, and I'm like, it's like I have to start a whole new shelf if I keep going.
I know what
So
you
it's
mean.
like, what, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Isn't there a cool Wipeout collection on PS4 too that probably has that game? I remember seeing. I don't know if it's Asian English or something. I think there's like a Wipeout, some kind of Wipeout collection for PS4.
yeah, maybe that's a good question. That legitimately, there's definitely a Wipeout on PS4. I just don't know what games are on it. All right, so there was supposed to be 2 more questions, but I think I screwed one of them up. So we have 1 more question.
Okay.
I could give you the other one, but it might be rough because anyway. So I'm gonna play an audio trailer for you from the game, just the audio from the trailer, and you have to try to guess the name of the game. Here we go.
Restless than the natives is the wildlife. We've heard reports of killer gorillas, poisonous snakes, and even duck-eating plants. Your best bet is probably to stick to higher ground. So be sure to use those dangling vines to keep you out of trouble. Now,
Can you guess the name of the game? There's only
Wow.
really one really good hint in there. Now that I've listened to it a couple of times,
Could I get it one more time?
sure can.
restless than the natives is the wildlife. We've heard reports of killer gorillas, poisonous snakes, and even duck-eating plants. Your best bet is probably
DuckTales.
to stick to higher ground. So be sure to use those dangling vines to keep you out of trouble. Restless than the natives is the wildlife. We've heard reports of killer gorillas, poisonous snakes, and even duck-eating plants. Your best bet is probably to stick to higher ground. So be sure to use those dangling...
Yeah.
Very nice, sir. Very nice.
Thanks for the hint. That was a giveaway.
The duck eating thing was the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I was like, I had to listen to it like a bunch. I was the only way I would have ever gotten it. So this last one, like the file was messed up. So I tried to make my own file, but like they say the name of the game in it. So it's kind of easy, but I can let you listen to like just like the first 5 seconds. So we'll just call this super bonus extra points if you can get this right.
Okay.
We came here looking for paradise, but we were kidnapped and held for ransom.
I want to go home.
Now I'm fighting to get us out.
IGN.
Oh, okay. That's all I can give you. He says the name of the game right after that. I can't play it for you again because it's just going to pick up right where I left off and it's going to say the name of the game.
I actually don't know. I'm just gonna say Dead Island.
Yeah, this is impossible.
Restless than the native.
Oh, nope, it ain't that.
We came here looking for paradise, but we were kidnapped and held for ransom.
I want to go home.
Now I'm fighting to get us out.
IGN raves Far Cry 3 is one of the best shooters I've ever played.
Far Cry 3. So let me look at the score here. The final score is you win. Woo! Congratulations.
Resounding victory. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, you had some impressive ones there, man.
Thanks, bro. Pav, I really like how Pavel knows PS3, knows like different cover variants and stuff. It's fun to get quizzed on that.
Heck yeah. Yeah, no, Pavel makes really good stuff. And it's I don't think people realize how hard it is to make these questions week after week after week after
Yeah,
week
definitely.
after week after week after week, constantly coming up with new questions and new ideas. It's a lot of work,
Totally.
so he does a really good job. I'm gonna do my pickups just real quick, just because I only have a couple. Just gonna go. It'll only take me a second. So as far as like actual games go, I only have one game, but it's one of those situations where, remember you were talking about earlier how you have like all of the alerts on eBay, and you just like look out for years and wait for the things to show up and wait for the right price. This is just one of those things where like I've had this on my watch list forever, and it's come up a million times, but the price has always been meh. But like this thing popped up for $20. And I couldn't say no, man. So I finally bought a copy of Xevious 3D G Plus for PlayStation 1.
I've never seen that game.
It's a shmup, but it's definitely not one of the more popular shmups. So Xevious is like a really, really old game. Like it was like an arcade game, like before fucking Nintendo. Like it was like that old, and they re-released it on PS1, and they did like a little upgraded version of it, which I can show some gameplay of it here. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. And no, it's not like gonna blow your socks off or anything like that. It's definitely got like an old school vibe to it, but it's a fun game. And it's a PS1 shmup, and it usually goes for a lot more than $20. I'll tell you that right now. So, like, complete in box, I think it's usually like, I don't know, I'm going to say like 60 to 80-ish, something like that. And, yeah, this thing is mint, dude. Super clean.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Everything's good. Disc is perfect. Nothing damaged on the inside. Everything's good. Made me very happy. Anytime I get a PS1 game, that makes me happy on the insides, in the pants. That's yeah. I freaking love. I don't know. PS1 games to me are like a special treat at this point. Like I have pretty much all the ones I want. Every single one that I want is like 80 or plus.
Yeah.
Like there's not a single cheap PS1 game left that I want. So if I get any of them at any time, it's like a special treat to me because I'm like, this is something I wanted for a long time that I'm just too damn cheap to buy. So I finally got a good deal on it, which makes me feel happy about it. Which I got another pretty good deal this week too on a PS2 game, which is coming in. I'll show that off next week. Yeah, I've been doing all right. So yeah, this is Xevious. Pretty excited about it.
Sick.
Now my other pickups this week aren't actually games, but they're game adjacent. So I picked up the Anbernic RG whatever 35XXB QRQFTT. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's the new Game Boy Advanced clone. So basically, this is just like a little emulation device, and it's obviously designed after the clamshell design of a Game Boy SP. But like I have, Switches, and I have a Steam Deck, and I have lots of like portable things, but I don't really actually have anything that is portable that I would actually like take somewhere with me or put in my pocket. Like the Steam Deck's way too big, Switch is way too big, and also way too expensive. I don't like carrying around $500-$600 pieces of gear with me on a bus or on a plane or
with a bunch of $50 games.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm just like, I'm not really into it. Like my Steam Deck and my Switch, I use them handheld, but it's mostly just lying around on the couch playing on my handheld while I watch TV or something like that. That's primarily what I do. So I wanted something like this because I wanted something actually portable. And I am so happy with this, dude.
What does it emulate? Just awesome. Game Boy?
No, dude. This thing does everything.
Oh.
So, okay. Well, not everything. It does up to, like, I'd say it does like PS1, Sega Saturn, like maybe Dreamcast-y games, like max. Not PSP very well. But it doesn't really matter because it has no analog sticks. It's just a D-pad and, these 4-button layouts. So I wouldn't, like, if you want to play PS2 games and Dreamcast games and GameCube, this is what you would get. You would not get this. You would get, you'd get a much more powerful unit or
like a Retroid or whatever.
Yeah, or even like a nicer Ambernet. They have like bigger ones that are much more powerful. Stuff, but they're $160 to $200. So you start getting a little higher in the price range. This thing's like $65, some shit like that.
Yeah,
it's like So it's sick. But what it does is it's amazing for Nintendo, Game Boy, all the old systems. But it actually is fan-freaking-tastic at PS1. It plays it flawlessly and looks absolutely beautiful. So I've actually been playing a ton of PS1 games on this. And then I actually sprung for the fancy memory card from them, and it comes preloaded with a bunch of stuff. And they filled it with tons of MAME games and arcade games too, which play really well. So anytime you get one of these, like some of the ROMs don't work. You'll have some issues, like some shit just doesn't work. They don't test the files or whatever. So you'll have some games that are duds, but I'd say like 80 to 90% of them play great and look great.
So it's preloaded?
So you can buy it with just the unit and it's cheaper, or you can spend a little extra money and they'll give you an SD card with a ton of games on it, which is what I did. See. So it was like an extra $20 and they give you a 128 gig SD card full of games. And I'm glad I did it because like I like emulating, but they put a bunch of stuff on here I wouldn't even have thought to put on here. Yeah. Like I was playing X-Men Arcade on this. That was awesome. I was playing Alien vs. Predator Arcade. Tons of shmups, tons of cave shmups and stuff like that. Not that this is the ideal screen for playing shmups or anything. It's a little small, but it's neat. It's just cool. And it's like actually portable, which is what I like. Small.
Yeah.
Put it in your pocket. Like this is, I would actually take this. Like if I'm going to get my oil change this weekend, that's going to take an hour or whatever fucking it is. I'll bring this with me and I'll actually play this. This will be fun. So yeah, I like these things. It's a good solution too for someone like me because like if you look, I'm like all my collection's mostly disc stuff. I'm not into like carts anymore. Yeah. I used to have a huge Nintendo, Genesis, Sega CD, all that stuff. But like my little brother took most of it when he moved out and sold it all. And I don't want to rebuild it at this point just because it's so expensive and the space and the games are just so easy to store and emulate. It's like, dude, like I could buy this for $70 or go spend $30,000 on carts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is fine. Obviously I prefer physical everything if I had the choice, if I had the money and I had the space, but these are neat. I would recommend them. And I liked it so much that I had to order one of these. And this actually just came in today. I got the Arc D from Anbernic. And so basically this is another retro handheld device, but this is designed to be like a Sega Saturn controller or a 6-button Genesis controller. Yeah. And I bought this specifically for Sega. I'm not going to put anything else on this. I'm going to put Genesis, 32X, Sega CD, and Saturn. And that's all that's going on this. And then maybe I'll put some Sega arcade stuff too, if it'll play it. I'll see what I can do for arcade games. But yeah, dude, I bought this specifically for like fighting games. I'm going to put every fighting game you could possibly put on there. I might even throw some PlayStation 1 fighting games on here too. That's depending on how much memory I have. But yeah, dude, I just got it today, so I haven't like really tested it out too much. But I threw like 50 Genesis games on it so far, and yeah, I've been having no problems with it. Everything's been playing great. Looks fantastic. Screen looks great. So yeah, pretty pleased with it.
Yeah, I like how those buttons are laid out. It's nice.
Yeah, so Saturn specifically, it's annoying to emulate it because a lot of the times the button layouts are weird.
Yeah.
And these buttons right here will be like the triggers on a normal setup. And you can remap them or whatever. But like no matter what, it's awkward. It just feels weird. So it's nice just to have the correct layout. Yeah. And also it just feels correct. Like for example, like I played Ghouls and Ghosts for thousands of hours when I was a kid on my Genesis. I played Ghouls and Ghosts so much. And so when I was playing Ghouls and Ghosts on this, with this buttons layout and this keypad and this thing, it just felt so good. I was like, oh man, this is so much better than playing with the PlayStation controller.
Yeah, it feels natural.
Yeah. So yeah, and these things are like less than $100. So there's two different versions. There's the Arc S and the Arc D. The Arc S has like 1 gig of RAM. This has 2 gigs of RAM. This is the Arc D. And this one also, you can boot into either Linux or Android. It has 2 different boot options, which I don't know. I don't really know why you'd want to use Linux. Maybe someone more technical than me knows how. But from what I can tell, like some stuff plays better if you use Linux, I guess. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Really cool. Really fun. I've been having a blast with these little handhelds. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't have more stuff, guys. I told you that story. I spent $2,500 on a computer. Yeah, that was rough. And
that's
then
the pickup.
I bought a monitor for like $600 and a keyboard for $100 and a new mouse for like $60.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've built a PC. I'm gonna have to do that again soon.
Yeah, dude.
I build a new one every like 6 years or so.
Oh, I wish the computer that I have now. I think I built it in like 2014 or something, dude. It's got a GTX 760 in it.
Yeah. A throwback.
That's where I'm at. I have a GTX 7. That's what we're doing the show on right now. That's how old this piece of shit is. Which is why I've tried to tell Figsy, like, I do the editing when I make, like, to make the intro video, my computer was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time I was like, dude, this should take me, like, a day. It's taking me, like, a week.
A week to render it?
Sucks. It's so bad. It's like, dude. So, anyway. Yeah, my pickups might be a little thin for a little bit. But now that I say that, you know, First Press will ship me 3 games. Super Rare will ship me 2 games. Limited Run will ship me. So that's what happens when you buy games. Is like sometimes I'll get 10 games in a week.
Yeah.
I didn't buy any games that week.
You have a backlog.
They were just oh shit I bought like a year ago that just happened to finally show up.
Yeah.
And then that always sucks because I'll be like tell my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm not buying no games. And then all of a sudden 5 games show up. I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't buy that shit. I bought it like years ago.
I've had the same thing happen.
It's like, come on, like
I didn't buy a lot of games this month, and then like mailman decides to drop a few at the same time. Yeah.
That's all right. She's got a bird addiction. She buys bird shit. Not bird shit.
What, like real life birds, like feed and stuff? Yes,
she's obsessed with birds. So I have like 5 bird feeders outside my window.
Mm.
And she's
has she tried to get a house bird, like a parakeet or something?
Oh, she's asked me a million times. No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not dealing with no freaking bird. We'll be doing this show and you just say,
hey, that's what I thought you meant.
No. She would love to have that, but like she just like puts the stuff outside and she's like, oh look, it's a blue-crested
bird watching
warbler. I'm like, whatever, I don't fucking know. All I hear is squawking. And all I think about is all I care about is the fucking animals that come over and dig holes in my yard because they're over there. That's all
You're
I
not
think about.
cultured enough.
No,
You're not
I'm like,
cultured enough to understand the birds.
The birds are very pretty. But I don't give a shit. And they also shit on my car. So
True.
it's not. Anyway. Do you have a few more pickups you'd like to show?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
Sure.
guess I could just rapid fire a few more off for the fuck of it.
Yeah, let's go around. You got a lot of stuff, so I figured.
So
Why
I'll
not?
just show some slipcovers. I guess these are just cool slipcovers. If you like PS3, you might want to know some of these exist. Where to start? Actually, you were just talking about shmups, so this is something I pulled out. Is the kind of like regarded as like the 4 PS3 shmups, right?
Oh, you have them all. Holy crap.
Like I don't really know. Like I've seen a lot of
You have
people
Momos.
refer to these as like a set of 4, but I don't really know why Galgun's included because Galgun's not really like your traditional shmup. You know, it's like a
No, I
It's like
wouldn't
a-
say so.
it's like an on rails shooter. But yeah, these are all like kind of traditional shmups. This is an expensive game. Memory
That's
Curse.
Momo's. Yeah. That one is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And City Connection announced they were porting it to PS4, PS5.
Really?
But I have no idea if that means it will get a physical copy. But
Yeah.
they're porting Momo's Curse and also Under Defeat is also getting
Okay.
ported.
Oh yeah, Under Defeat. That's a good point.
That would be another actual shmup.
Yeah.
I would put in there.
Maybe I'm tripping, and actually people are referring to these 3 plus Under Defeat. Maybe that's the 4, and I'm the one who added Galgun. But
No, no, you're not. I've
you've seen that too.
Yeah, so shmups are one of those things where people constantly argue like what is a shmup
Yeah.
and what isn't a shmup. And like there are lots of games that sort of walk the line. But I would not.
I always
say
just
Galgun.
think of like a 2D scrolling,
Yeah.
like traditional shooter.
Yes, I usually think so. But then there could be 2.5D, and there can be
Yeah.
there can be games like the hell's that game called? Man, what's wrong with me? Limited Run did it. It's like got like all these weird different elements and different angles that you play it. Oh god, what the hell's wrong with me? Hold on. Astabreed. That one's got like a lot going on. So I don't know. It's debatable.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you ever heard like a bunch of nerds sit around and argue about genres of music?
Yeah,
Sort of
it's
like
similar.
The same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
well, this isn't.
Doesn't classify as that.
Yeah, I'd say this is blackened death grind grunge
subgenre.
more than industrial blackened grunge death. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude.
I don't know if I showed all 4. Caladrius Blaze. This is another one that's kind of expensive. Also on the PS4. And then I don't know what this game's called. Kaseki no something.
Ketsui Destiny.
Hmm.
But it's Destiny, but they spell it Destiny. Some shit.
Some slipcovers. French slipcover. I think it's French, yeah. For Bayonetta. I'm not sure there's any other Bayonetta slipcovers outside of the French one, so that's notable. PAL slipcover, that's pretty uncommon. Is the Undisputed
Rock.
10. It's hard to see, but this is a pretty well designed one. There's like his like sweat is like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like his sweat particles kind of come off him and they're like a different texture, I'd say. It's well designed.
Does it smell like sweat?
Yeah,
That's what I need to
it's
know.
odored. It's odored too.
They actually put a little Brock BO in every box. Rub his armpit on it.
I always show this because it's one of my faves.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I've never played that game, and just because everybody said it was bad, but I swear now that want everything people say is bad. I'm like, I want to try it. I don't think you guys are probably full of shit. People are full of shit. People just say things are bad and they don't even play them.
And the thing
people
about
just
13
hear
is
things are bad and they just repeat it.
Yeah.
It's
and I feel like for Final Fantasy, people have come to accept that it is now the way it is, like 15, 16, like it's no longer like when 13 came out, people were still yearning for Final Fantasy as they knew it. So it kind of caught a lot of that initial flack of Final Fantasy changing, where I feel like now that people have accepted Final Fantasy 7 and all these games that are like action games and different. I mean, it's not that this is an action game or like those modern Final Fantasies, but it's just like it was a big change in how Final Fantasies were, like shift to 3D and all that.
I went through that exact experience with Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
When Resident Evil 4 came out, I was like, what is this trash? What is this garbage? I want tank controls, and I want it to be like I want to have to run away from all the monsters and have one herb and one bullet the whole game. What is this? I hated it so much, and then now I'm like, oh yeah, I love Resident Evil 4.
Another thing about this game that I feel like is such a reason it gets so much hate is because it admittedly does make like first impressions are a big thing in games, and this game just makes such a shitty first impression, honestly.
Yeah.
Like if you play this game for an hour, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? This is so boring and shit, and the combat is just like it's just like an auto battle where you just click one button and it fights. But that's not the case at all as you get through the game. The combat's actually pretty in-depth. You're switching between paradigms, and like I want to have two staggerers and a DPS and a buffer, and switch to the healer when I need to. And like it's not just like a one-click auto battle, but that's the impression you get. It gives a very shit first impression, and the linearity of a lot of the early parts of the game. So I don't hold it against anyone for hating it.
So everybody complains about that game being super linear for like the first whatever. But then like, have you ever played 7?
Yep.
That's how 7 is.
Exactly.
You're fucking stuck in Midgard for like the whole disc. It's very linear. You're not exploring much, and then you don't get to the open world. So it's like that's not really that new of a concept. 10 was similar.
And people often will use that like, oh, it's linear. Like the word linear just means bad. Like it's like has a negative connotation. I don't think linear is necessarily negative. There could be a game that's designed in a linear way that's very well executed. Like, it's not necessarily a negative.
All old school RPGs are pretty much linear until you get to the part where you have an airship. Then, like usually all of the games are linear until you get either a boat or an airship that gives you free mode to go anywhere in the world, and then I guess it's not. But if you think about it, most old RPGs, they are linear. They give you this impression there's an open world, but it's not. You're in the first area with the first town, and there's the first dungeon, and you can't even leave the first area until you beat the first dungeon because you don't get the thing that knocks the brick away that lets you go to, you know what I mean? Like they lock you in the first area, and you do that, and then you go to the second area and you do that. And then like sometimes they give you an option to explore, but that even if you do, what ends up happening is they gate you by difficulty and levels. So you can go to the ice place, but all the monsters are 30 levels higher, then you're going to whoop your ass. So you can't actually go there. And you can go to the forest, but those guys will also kick your ass. So you can't really actually go there. So you can go to this place, and you know what? And those enemies are on the same level as you. So that's where you can go. So it tricks you into thinking you have like a big open choice, but you really don't. So what they did is like now they just kind of took away that illusion, and they're like, no, you just go. This is what you do.
Yeah.
And I think when people were like, wait a minute, they just never realized that's what it's been like the whole time.
Yeah. They're like, the mini map is just a straight line, though. It's like, yeah, like a lot of games are kind of like that.
Yeah, and then the mini map in Dragon Warrior or Phantasy Star or any other games is this little area, and that's all you can do. What's the difference?
And you know, another crazy thing about this game, I beat this game. The first time I played through this game, I beat the whole game, and like I wasn't rushing through it, and I did not ever ride a chocobo. I didn't even know you could. There's like halfway through the game, once you get to like the Arcalite Steppe, which is like the big ass open area where there's like giant monsters walking around and shit. There's a side quest there where you can unlock riding chocobos, and it actually lets you like jump up on mountains and like ride all around super fast. It's like they didn't even like put that anywhere in the game where it's necessary. It's like purely side content. So it's other stuff like that where you could play through the entire game and not even know that's there, you know, and make a judgment based off that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're accurate when you say that it was just too big of a departure from the original series, and Severin just shit on it too much.
Yeah.
So.
The first time I was on the show, I showed HMV slipcovers, which is a chain of stores in the UK. And I had like claimed to have the full set except for one, which I finally found, which is this.
Nice.
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, the game has Megatron on the back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this one is
super minimalistic. There's
no
ESR. There's no ratings. No PS3s.
It's so unique in that way because when I first saw this, I was like, "Wait, is that a DVD slipcover though?" Because it looks like it doesn't have an ESRB or anything, but the only thing that gives it away is that it says the game. If it didn't say that, you would think this is a DVD slipcover.
For sure.
So yeah, it's a good point. I thought the same thing.
That's cool. Transformers games on PS3 are good.
Yeah. These are some Mexican ones that are worth noting. There's 3 Mexican soccer slipcovers, so just show them in order. 10, 11, and you can see like on the bottom it kind of says shit in Spanish. But these games didn't get slipcovers outside of Mexico, so it's unique. I actually, funny story, dude. I got a lot of stuff out of Mexico in the last like year and a half, because I have a friend in El Paso, who like crosses the border to Juarez all the time, so he could get stuff over the border. But they started.
Oh yeah, what's he doing? Why is he doing that?
Yeah, good question. No, it's because he lives in Mexico, but he works in America. A lot of people actually like that, where they commute to America for work and back. But they started basically the border agents started fucking scamming him. Like anytime, the last like 3 or 4 times I tried to have him bring games across, there's like they don't have in writing like, oh, you're bringing across this item, so it costs this much of fees. They basically just make up the fee. So there was literally ones where it was like a single slipcover, and they were trying to charge him like $60 import fee to get it across the border for one game. Like just literally scamming him because they can. There's no check and balance on that. They're just like, yeah, give us the money. And so I've had to stop basically, like, unless there's like 2 or 3 Mexican items I would still do it for and just get scammed at the border for and have to pay that. But I've kind of stopped because getting stuff out of Mexico is such a pain in the ass, dude. Like, even when you know someone, they're just like getting fucked over at the border for no reason. It's ridiculous.
Well, I've heard that the best way to do it is you stick it up your butt.
Yeah, exactly. But how can you fit a slipcover up your butt?
Yeah, but
even had him try once to like hide it in his trunk, and they have like a what you call it, like scanners and shit, so they'll see if you have stuff in your car. It's ridiculous. It's like, I would understand if it was drugs or contraband, but it's a PS3 slipcover, like whatever.
Yeah. The government. I'm gonna tax you on the taxed money that was been taxed on as you tax them. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. My God. Well, that's nice that he would do that.
Yeah. I'm slowing down. I'll probably just show a couple more here.
What's up, Frankie?
I had showed on a previous episode. This slipcover is interesting because it comes with it has a little compartment, right? I don't know if I'll be able to show this, but it has.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Yeah, it has a compartment with the Blu-ray in it. The Blu-ray got stuck in there, like the bonus Blu-ray. So Fixie and I were talking, like, we don't know any other slipcovers that have this design with the movie like in the slipcover itself or the disc.
Yeah.
But I actually found another one which does that, which is the People's Edition one.
Oh, that's awesome.
It actually has the same thing with a Blu-ray in there.
I see. I think PS3 has so many fascinating things like that.
Yeah,
There's
I
so
love
many
shit like
cool
that.
slip covers. Yeah, and weird designs and unique sets, and
Yeah.
it's a really, really, really fun console to collect for.
This is another example of that where I don't know anything else like this. So this is a Canadian piece, Canadian exclusive edition, and it's kind of a giveaway because it's half in French, right? But season pass included. If you look here, there's a little inlet right here. It's going to be hard to see, but
Yeah, I can see
basically
it almost looks like a seal, but it's
between my two fingers is a little opening.
not.
And they put the code for the season pass in this little opening. So like when you go to take out the game, right, you would use this little thing. You'll take out the code and the game, you know. So I thought that was a really like thoughtful design to have the code, you know, like it's built into the slipcover like those discs are, but it's right where your finger would go, so you just pull it out.
That's cool. Well, there's so many Assassin's Creeds.
Oh, dude, to get all the editions of Assassin's Creed it's a journey. I know one guy who collects all those variants. Crazy.
Yeah, dude, that you could literally have a collection of games for just Assassin's Creed.
Definitely.
You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Very cool, my man. Thanks for showing all that stuff off. That was some really awesome stuff, dude. Seriously, like
Thanks, bro.
top notch. Really cool, dude. I mean, like I said, the PS3 is just so fascinating, especially when you get into all the regional exclusives and all the variants and like, man, that was some cool stuff, dude. All the Russian stuff you showed and everything. Just, I love it, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Now I should probably talk about some of the stuff I titled the show about real quick. So let's just real quick. I want to talk about there's some new PS4 controllers coming out.
Yeah, I was looking at this.
And I thought were kind of fascinating. It's not gonna, change your life or anything. But it's made by Retro Fighters, which I bought in a few of their controllers before, and I like them. This one's called the Mantis. It's a PS4 controller and PC. So it does not work on PS5 as far as I can tell. And if it did, obviously it's not going to have any sort of vibration, any of that stuff. It's going to be missing a bunch of DualSense features. So I think it's just PS4 and backwards. But what I liked about it is, number one, it's pretty cheap. It's only $40. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And it's mini. It's like a mini controller. So it's not like the normal size. It's a little smaller, which I find that kind of intriguing because I do, like I said, have like a Steam Deck, and I have those little, those little handhelds I showed you. Those you can use Bluetooth controllers on them.
Yeah, or even your phone. Like, I've played like the Rocket League mobile game. If you, it's called Rocket League Sideswipe. I've like connected a controller to that and played that. It's gonna be useful.
Yeah, if it works on PC, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work. But yeah, I mean, they're neat. I think they're cool, and I like the idea that they're mini. And also, I like that they went with this retro design. I'm a huge fan that they made it look like an old PS1 controller. I think that's super smart. I don't know why PS5 doesn't officially release one like that too, like they did the on PS4, that anniversary edition.
Yeah.
I really wish they would do that. Also, if you do not like the regular color, it does come in a crystal if you want a clear crystal one. I wish they had more colors, but this is what they have so far. Now, it says out of stock because it's actually not up for pre-order yet. So it's not actually out of stock. Its pre-orders go live soon. You can join the wait list. Should come out at the end of August if you guys want one. It's on retrofighters.com. I do not get any money kickbacks. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I'm just showing you cool shit that I'm probably going to buy. So that's that. I thought that was neat. I also wanted to mention, again, real quickly, that the pre-orders are now live for the Evercade Alpha. So I talked about this on the last show, but in case you guys missed it, I did want to point this out again because I'm a big supporter of Evercade. Again, I'm not sponsored. They don't give me anything. I just like them. But what these are little barcades. And they take Evercade cartridges. So they come pre-built with some games. You can get a Capcom one with like a bunch of random games, or you can get one another Capcom one with Street Fighter. So here's the games: Mega Man, Power Battle, Mega Man 2, Carrier Airwing, Final Fight, Knights of the Round and Strider, or a buttload of Street Fighter games that you can grab. So yeah, they're up for pre-order. I think they just went up like today or yesterday. You can buy a regular version for $250 from Amazon, and I think maybe VGP. I could be wrong about that, but you can get them from Amazon. They'll ship them to you from the US. You don't have to wait a long time. Or if you are a crazy person like me, you can go on Funstock's website, and they sell a fancier version for an extra $100. It's like the super duper super cool version, and basically it comes with instead of just these 3 marquee light up signs. Like, do they show these anywhere? See these, like, see the marquee up here?
Yeah.
The regular version comes with 3 of them. If you buy the fancy one, you get all 6. So you get one for each game, and you also get upgraded Sanwa buttons. You get like better joystick. You get better buttons. And then it also comes with a controller that is exclusive to this unit. So it's like this special light blue color that matches this. And I thought that was neat. So you can hook controllers up to these and play them 2-player if you want to play with a friend. But ideally, I think that's, it's a 1-person thing.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm like super intrigued with this is because Evercade has already released like a buttload of arcade collections of games specifically that were arcade games. And yeah, that's dope. And I would love to throw those in there and play them on there, even if it's just sit there playing Pac-Man. I think that'd be a lot of fun. My only thing I'm a little concerned about is it is a little small.
Yeah. I'm curious to see a person sitting at it.
Correct. I'd like to see, because I'm a big person and it might look really small and silly, but I don't know. I just think this is really neat. It's also kind of expensive, to be honest with you. $250 is a little more than I would like it to be.
Yeah, for the size.
Yes, I would be much happier if this thing was like $175, $150 ideally, honestly, because those like arcade one-up arcades, those sell for like what, $150 to $199. You can get them on sale for like $100 sometimes. But they obviously aren't as nice, and they don't take Evercade cartridges, so I get why this might be a little bit more. But yeah, overall, I still think it's a win. And I love the artwork. I'm totally getting the Mega Man one. Looks freaking badass. So,
are you gonna get the plate swaps on yours?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the fancy one. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna get and I want the Sanwa buttons for sure. Yeah, if I'm gonna sit there and play it for like a lengthy amount of time, I want it to have the nicer buttons. So.
Yeah.
And I want the cool controller. Let's just be real.
I like how they put that coin slot. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
The red coin light.
Yeah. I think this is a really cool idea, dude. And then hopefully they'll just, get more licenses for more arcade games. And what I'm really hoping is, I don't know if you guys remember, but they did like a partnership with Capcom and Taito. So they had like the Capcom collection and then the Taito collection, and they actually came out with like a little Game Boys for each of them. I'm hoping that this is just the first round of these, and that they're gonna do a Taito one as well. And I hope that they put the screen in vertically for shmups. Like, I hope it's Tate mode. That would be sick, dude. So if I could get one of these little things with the Tate mode screen, the little vertical screen, that would be so freaking badass. Especially if, someone figures out how to hack these things and mod them or something like that. Make like
totally.
Or somebody will come up with like an Evercade freaking all-in-one card or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Who knows? But yeah, just wanted to mention those 2 things real quick. Like I said, I know I mentioned it before, but they're really cool.
Right on.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that about does it, sir. That was a pretty fun show.
Yeah, nice solid 2.5.
Yeah, it was really good, man. I think people are gonna dig it. I know people are gonna like your pickups.
Yeah, again, if you do like any of this stuff, if you like PS3, if you like weird shit, weird game shit, follow me on Insta, because a lot of this stuff I post there, and will continue to post obscure PS3 stuff. So yeah.
Hell yeah. The last thing I want to mention is that this weekend is the South Cal Gaming Expo in California. And the reason I'm mentioning it is that if you're a fan of the show, a ton of guests who have been on the show are going to be there. So it's like Video Game Votaries going, Black Ranger's going, JRPG Life is going, Mort's going, Wrecked Wizard is going. Oh, gosh, am I missing anybody?
Wow.
I think that's everybody. Nerdy Nick was going to go, but his silly wife decided to have a baby. Rude. I mean, how inconvenient. So anyway, I'm pretty sure he's like taking care of that right now. So, but yeah, it's a South Cal Gaming Expo. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's run by Pixel Game Squad. They like took over running it in the last few years. Really cool dudes. Should be a great time if you are in the area, or if you have the chance to go, or if you want to go and meet any of those people. I would go. It's this weekend, South Cal Gaming Expo. And now I've done everything I need to do.
Cool.
So yeah, just want to say thanks again, everybody. Next week, we'll be doing a show again on Thursday. We have Jim from Grab a Beer and Play a Game coming on. We're not doing a weekend show. It's going to just be Thursday nights now for a little while. And so yeah, next Thursday should be a good time. And say goodnight. Everybody have a great night.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching.
You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sticks, and come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna disagree, gonna show